You are listening to the NSAA Class D1 High School Football State Championship on the current 94.3 and KYN TV. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the Bank of Hardington, Waste Connections of Nebraska, Farmers and Merchants State Bank, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, Avera, Moody Motors, Art Cottle Appliance, Explorers Credit Union, Webb & Electric, Mount Marty University, Security Bank, Christensen Well and Irrigation, and Top Crop. And now we go live to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska with Tehl Tanner and Scott Ulrich for coverage of the NSAA D1 State Football Championship on KYN TV and the current 94.3.
Well, good morning here from Lincoln, Nebraska. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner, bringing you the first game today of the Nebraska High School Football State Championships. Class D1 is the first game. It is Crofton Sandy Creek, the returning champion from last year in Sandy Creek, and a team in Crofton that has been here twice, yet to win one, hoping for their first here today. Crofton has been on one heck of a run when it comes to this postseason. They have been just straight blowing teams out with a 90-20 win. They just defeated the number one seed in the semifinals in Shelby Rising City, 28-8, coming into this one as the 5 seed. Sandy Creek, they had a lot of graduations last year after the state championship game. Didn't matter. They come in as the 3 seed, and they also have one heck of a playoff run in the quarterfinals. They win 45-6 over Bridgeport, 53-22 over Plainview, and they are in their second straight championship game. Scott, we are looking for a great one today with really great conditions as well. It's 50 degrees here in Lincoln.
Yeah, perfect fall conditions. Beautiful, as you mentioned. You know, it's one of those, a little bit of drizzle coming on the way down here, but great conditions for our state championship game today. You mentioned as Crofton, they come into this Class D1 state championship game, having their way through the postseason. That was a 90-20 win over Kimball in the first round. Hemingford, another team from far out west, 60-12. And then for me, the selling point on Crofton, they looked great throughout the year, but they looked fantastic 10 days ago now at Shelby Rising City, as Crofton went into the number one team in the state, defeated them 28-8 on their home turf there in Shelby. And it was the defense. Offensive firepower from Crofton has been just, everybody is very familiar with the rushing attack from Crofton, but the defense was the headline coming out of that game. We hope to see that here today.
It was, and you talked about their defense, how they held the number one team in the state to only 8 points, and it was great. And they really, really need to perform on offense today against Sandy Creek. You talk about one of the guys that we're going to talk about throughout this pregame show and the game itself, and Tyson Jackson, who is second in the state in all conferences, by the way, in all classes in rushing yards, number one in Class D1 on the season. And he's sitting here, you know, he's got 2,297 yards. He is 3 yards away from 2,300 on the year and 50 rushing touchdowns. That is number one in the state in all classes. He has the most touchdowns on the year rushing.
Yeah, most teams don't have 50 total for a team. Looking at Sandy Creek, the Cougars, they come in with 52 total touchdowns on the year. It's one of those, that's not a fair comparison. You know, the defenses make a difference there. But yes, Tyson Jackson is the bell cow rushing the football for Crofton. And his stats going to match up quite nicely against Cam Seeley from Sandy Creek. Cam, outstanding sophomore, does the rushing, does the passing, and has some great stats as well. It will be kind of a one person going against the other. They'll be taxed back and forth, and we will see that throughout this game.
Yeah, Cam Seeley, the next guy we wanted to mention, who is a dual threat quarterback, 2,167 yards on the year through the air, and another 1,578 on the ground. That is total yardage of 3,745 on the season. He has 33 rushing touchdowns, 32 passing touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. That is 65 total touchdowns and 3,700 total yards for that sophomore dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, a sophomore. And as I mentioned, I sure am glad Tyson Jackson's a junior.
Yeah.
Got to get him back. But those two players could have definitely another year ahead of them having those kind of numbers. The one thing that jumps out at me when you compare these quarterbacks, now Preston Foxhoven has great numbers of his own. He's got almost a 70 completion rate, 70%. 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They're just very efficient, 1,265 yards, as you mentioned. But the QBR, the quarterback rating, that's the number that's applied after you put in everything, all their interceptions, touchdowns. The higher the number, the better they are. And when you're looking at Cam Seeley, he's 131. And for Preston Foxhoven, he's just over 137. Very, very efficient for a high school quarterback.
Welcome into our pregame show from Moody Motors. If you're looking for that new or pre-owned vehicle, check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. Coming up in the pregame show, we're going to give you the stats a little more in depth for these two teams, some more players to keep an eye on. We're going to have a head coach interview with Johnny Ostermeyer, the head coach of the Crofton Warriors. Sat down with him on Friday for an in-depth interview about this upcoming game and what Crofton's last couple of days have been like. They've been down here for a day, by the way. They've been practicing down here on field turf in an area stadium. We'll talk all about that and what that has done for them with Coach Ostermeyer in a little bit. We're also going to go over our field conditions today, give you the colors of the game and the starting lineups, all coming up. With Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. For the current 94-3, you're listening to Crofton versus Sandy Creek High School Championship football on the current 94-3.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Championship football is here, and Arts Garbage Service is proud to stand behind the teams and families who make our community strong. Just like the athletes on the field, our crew shows up with reliability, dedication, and hard work every single week. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Arts Garbage Service, proud to support all student athletes chasing their goals on the field.
Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Crofton in South Yankton, your ag lending partner in Northeast Nebraska and Southeast South Dakota. We specialize in ag operating lines of credit, livestock and machinery loans, along with farm real estate loans. Check out our special seed financing program for 2026. Contact Larry Cooper or Kevin DeYoung about the financing needs of your farm and ranch. Farmers and Merchants State Bank, proud supporter of Crofton Warrior football. Member FDIC.
Through every season, rain or shine, planting to harvest, you need equipment that performs. That's why growers across the region count on Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. They deliver Zematic pivots built to last, plus local service and expertise that never takes a time out. On the farm, just like on the field, reliability wins the game. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
When you can't know what's coming, know you're covered. With Avera Health Plans, you can count on local, trusted care and your choice of doctors and care close to home and across the nation. Health insurance coverage shouldn't feel out of reach. Contact your local agent or explore your options online. Visit averahealthplans.com.
All right, back here on the pregame show from Moody Motors. Check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara if you're looking for that new or pre-owned vehicle. As we now go to our stats recap, give you a little more in-depth on the season. Brought to you by Waste Connection of Nebraska and Arts Garbage Service. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts Garbage Service is committing to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Scott, give me some of the big hitters and key contributors in this game.
Yeah, we covered a little bit of this in our opening segment, but let's go a little bit farther. Let's first talk about the Sandy Creek Cougars. They're led by their sophomore, Cam Seeley. He's 155 for 218. That's a 71% completion percentage. Has 2,167 yards, so about 180 yards per game, 32 touchdowns, 6 INTs. He leads the Sandy Creek Cougars on offense. Also rushing 151 times for 1,578 yards. He's averaging 10.5 yards per carry. You only need 10 as a reminder just to get that first down, so he's doing very good on the ground as well. 131 yards on the ground per game with those 33 touchdowns. They also have a solid running back in the backfield in senior Caden Schmidt. Schmidt has 68 carries on the year for 481 yards and 9 touchdowns. He leads the way rushing the ball outside of Cam Seeley. Now the receivers, we mentioned, very good. Wes Biltoff, he has 632 yards on 32 grabs, so he's averaging just under 20 yards per catch and averages about 52 yards per game. Along with Logan Tomke, has 28 grabs, 533 yards. Each of those receivers, though, have 10 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, the biggest thing you've kind of mentioned there is just the numbers. You know, they've got 5 different receivers north of 200 yards and 3 north of 400 on the year. That is great numbers for the receiving.
I agree completely. It's one of those, most teams you'll see 1 or 2 will have that, know, if someone stands out. That just isn't the case right here with this solid Sandy Creek Cougar team. Now for the Crofton Warriors, Preston Foxhoven leads the way in the quarterback position, 69 for 102, 1,265 yards through the air. He's averaging 18 yards per pass, and he has a 67% completion throughout the season. 17 touchdowns, 3 picks. And those are his stats. Again, 105 yards per game for Foxhoven through the air. Rushing the ball, he's got 92 rushes for 503. Averages about 5.5 yards per carry, has 9 touchdowns. But they are led, as we mentioned, all season long. Tyson Jackson, 236 rushes for just under 2,300 yards. And he's averaging 9.7 yards per carry. 50 touchdowns. Wide receivers for Crofton are going to be Trevor Allen and Jace Panning. And they have 6 and 8 touchdowns each, and they average about 45 yards per game.
That depth brought to you by Arts Garbage Service. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts Garbage Service is committing to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. They bring our game stats here today. Go through a couple other things here on this pregame show. Go through our field conditions today, brought to you by Mount Marty University in Yankton. And as we mentioned, actually pretty good. There was a light rain this morning, but that has stayed away. We drove through it in the morning, but you know what? We took it for the players. We drove through it so that they didn't have to play in it. That was the trade-off, so it's great. It's gone here.
We were totally worried, especially in this heated booth with the television. We were worried about the rain today.
Yeah, it was great. So, yeah, rain is gone, and it's looking like it's going to stay away. It will be cloudy skies, however, so it won't be sunny. 50 degrees, but for the players on the field, 50 degrees with light winds. That is just perfect. About as good as you can get for a late November state championship game.
Yeah, big change coming up here this week when you start looking at maybe the Friday game for the Huskers. Big weather change.
Don't remind me. So those field conditions brought to you by Mount Marty University in Yankton. This is the pregame show from Moody Motors. We got a matchup with the number 3 and the number 5 teams in the state of Nebraska. Number 3, Sandy Creek, and the defending state champions versus the Crofton Warriors at the 5 seed. Crofton 10-2 on the season. A loss to a lower class in Wynot, who we're going to be covering next, by the way, in their state championship game, and to Bloomfield as well. And that is it. They are on one heck of a streak coming into this one. And then Sandy Creek, only 1 loss on the year, all year long. It was the second week of the season to Shelby Rising City, who ended up getting the 1 seed in the playoffs, and they've won every other game since then. These two teams are on a hot streak, and it doesn't matter at this point, really, past games. It's a state championship. You throw away the records, you throw away the seeding. It's one game, winner takes all. And we spoke just about that with the head coach of the Crofton Warriors in Johnny Ostermeyer, who's a first-year head coach. Not first year with Crofton, but head coach just took over the helm. And we spoke about this year, kind of what it's been like leading this team, what their goals are coming into this one, as well as what the last couple days have looked like getting ready for this game against Sandy Creek. That is coming up next here on our pregame show for Moody Motors. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. We're going to take a break, come back with that in a couple of minutes. You are listening to the Current 94.3.
Fresh new trades to the Moody Motor lot include a 2023 Jeep Gladiator and a 2024 Tahoe Premier with only 27,000 miles. A very nice one-owner 2022 F-150 Platinum in pearl white and a one-owner 2024 Ford Edge SEL all-wheel drive with only 20,000 miles. We have a lot of very nice and some unique vehicles that you will love. Low interest with our lowest price is what you'll find at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Cold nights and shorter days means it's time to prep your home for the season. With Bosch Heating System from Art Cottle Appliance in Bow Valley, you'll stay comfortable no matter how chilly it gets. Bosch delivers efficiency, dependable warmth for everything from frosty mornings to family holiday gatherings. Don't let the cold catch you off guard. Get ready now with Bosch comfort that lasts. Visit ArtCottleAppliance.com to learn more. Art Cottle Appliance, your local independent Bosch dealer in Bow Valley.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Journey today.
When you need power you can count on, call Webben Electric. From agriculture to commercial and residential work, they handle it all, including trenching and electrical service for irrigation systems. Whether you're upgrading your operation, tackling a new project, or keeping things running safely and efficiently, trust the team with the experience to do it right. Visit Webben Electric on Facebook to learn more. Webben Electric, a proud supporter of our local student athletes in high school championship football.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, back here on the pregame show, courtesy of Moody Motors. As we turn now to our coach interview, brought to you by Farmers and Merchants State Bank. Proud to be family-owned and family-oriented, and proud to support our area student athletes. Now on the line, the head coach of the Crofton Warriors, and Johnny Ostermeyer, a first-year head coach, taking his team all the way to the state championship for the first time in Class D1 and the third trip for the Warriors overall. Here's a talk from Friday with Johnny Ostermeyer. All right, Coach Ostermeyer, first of all, thank you for joining me here today. Let's talk about this season. It is your first year as the head coach of the Crofton Warriors, and you've taken them straight to the state championship game. You got to be happy with the way your team has played for you this season. And, of course, give a little kudos to past coaches that have helped get you here as well. This has been one heck of a season, Coach.
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of these young men and the way they've come out and battled. And it's an honor to have them call me coach and to be able to lead this team, to a state championship for the third time in school history. And like I said, I got to pay homage to the coaches before me, Coach Hoffman and Coach Allen. They had a great foundation here when I came, so I didn't have to rebuild anything. The culture was here. It was just keeping the thing on, keeping the train on the tracks, and getting there.
Let's talk about the season to this point, Coach. You end up finishing with a great overall record, and now you got Sandy Creek, who ended up being 11-2 on the season. They end up claiming a high seed in the playoffs as well as that 3 seed. What can you tell me about them and the way they have played this season?
They're a very well-coached team. They're very disciplined. They fly around and make plays. On offense, they like to throw the ball, like to run the ball. They're about 50-50 run pass. Their quarterback, good kid. He's rushed for about 1,500 yards. He's thrown for about 2,000 yards, or a little over 2,000 yards. On defense, they're very gap sound. So they're just overall a really good coach team, very disciplined. They do a lot of good things. It's going to be a battle up front for us like it has been this last week in Shelby Rising City. Our kids rose to that challenge, and I think our kids can rise to that challenge again. It's going to be tough, but I think I have no doubt we're up for the challenge.
Let's talk about your squad here. We got to talk about a couple of these guys that have been putting together incredible seasons, and that has to start with Tyson Jackson. 50 rushing touchdowns on the season, Coach, and 3 yards away from 2,300 yards on the year. That is school records, Coach.
Yeah, those are the school records. Where it is, and we'll figure that out. Walker Halls, you would never know which kid he was. He's not loud, he's not flamboyant, he's not trying to put himself out there. Just does a really good, humble kid, and always gives credit to his own line, for leading the way for him.
And let's talk about your quarterback as well, Preston Foxhoven, also setting a school record with passing yards. He's got over 1,200 yards on the season, 17 touchdowns to only three interceptions. One of the best things about Preston, as only a sophomore, is he takes care of the ball very well, Coach.
Yeah, and the thing that people don't realize is all 3 interceptions came in like the first 4 games. I don't think he's thrown an interception since week 5. Which bodes well and for us when he's taking the ball that well. And he's a real good kid. He works hard again too. I think that kid called me, or texted me every weekend this summer. Coach, can we do a quarterback's workout? Yep, no problem. Meet me up there. And, we'd go up for an hour and a half and work on footwork, work on throwing, and work on reads. And man, just amazing kid to put in all that time and effort just to be that good.
And as good of a quarterback he is in only his sophomore year, he might even be a better DB. 6 interceptions on the season. He has got great instincts on the ball.
Yeah, he does a very good job. I think it helps that he knows how to read defense on the offensive side. So when he's on the defensive side, he can use some of that same skill set to figure out what they're doing in their route combinations. And once we get some of that stuff down in practice, he does a really good job in game, remembering, hey, I know what's going on here. This is going to be a post, and jumping that post route and taking away that ball. So, yeah, he's a ball hawk, and glad to have him on both sides.
Let's talk about the trenches here, Coach. As with every football game, the game's probably going to be won or lost in the trenches. Can you tell me about your offensive and defensive line and who is really going to have to be key here in this game?
Yeah, this game will be won up front. Who can dominate the line of scrimmage? Something we've done a very good job of all year is dominating that line of scrimmage. And, I'll take my starters. And the thing is, we're so deep. We start 2 juniors and a senior. And Tyson Sanger is our lone senior starter. He started for 4 straight years for us. Done a really nice job. You got Trace Tramp playing center. And then you got Porter Bartles has started for 3 straight years now. He started as a freshman. He actually started center the last 2 years for us, and now he's playing guard. Just a really versatile kid. He actually played some fullback for me. He played some tight end for me this year. He's played all over the place because I'm so deep at line. Because then behind them we have Trey Tramp, who is another junior, really good lineman. We have Luke DeRoos, another junior, another good lineman, and then you have Tony. Anthony Steffen, another good lineman, who Anthony started for us off and on throughout the year as well. Any of those guys can step in when we have injuries. Last week, Tyson Sanger got knocked out of the game in the first quarter, and Trey Tramp had to go the rest of the way then with a little help from Luke stepping in there to play some guard. So we're just so deep at that place. And then our defensive line with Trey Tramp and Porter Bartles and Trevor Allen locking down the line on the DNs. And then you have Tyson Sanger and Tony Stephan in the middle. They're the ones that are main nose guards. But Luke steps in a little bit at nose guard here and there. So does Ty Nielsen. Ty Nielsen plays a little bit of DN for us, plays a little bit of nose guard for us. He's kind of a kid that we can just put in there at different places. So it's nice to have a deep line that you can go to if you need.
Let's talk about getting down there, Coach. This is kind of a different thing. It's a 10 a.m. Monday morning state championship game down in Lincoln, Nebraska at Memorial Stadium, the home of the Huskers. What is the process going to be like of getting the team down there? Can you walk me through either Sunday night or Monday morning when you actually travel and what practice is going to look like ahead of things, trying to keep it as business as usual as you can, but at the same time, it's a 10 a.m. Monday morning game. Things are not business as usual. What do you do there?
Yeah, a little different with the time scheme. We're going to have practice tomorrow morning during when we'd have the game, just so kids are up. They're getting experience of being up at that time, practicing at that time, putting in the work at that time. Then Sunday we'll take off about somewhere around 2 o'clock. We'll take off. We'll head down to Seward to Concordia University. They've been gracious enough to let us come down there, use their game field. So we'll get a walkthrough then on a turf. Because it'll be on field turf, the next day. So we want to get one practice in on field turf to kind of just get acclimated to it a little bit, have them out in environments that are different than the environment they're used to, a bigger field, a bigger stadium, just to kind of have that experience before we actually go to the big stadium the next day. So then we'll go down to Lincoln that night. Then we'll stay in the hotels that night. Get up the next morning. We're gonna get over to the field early. We're gonna go out. We're gonna get there at 8 o'clock. And I'm going to have the kids go out and walk the field right away. Hey, take it all in. Look around. Look at everything. Just relax. You got 5-10 minutes just to get on the field and just enjoy it. And then after that time, we're going to lock them. We're going to lock it in. From then time, it's business from then on. But, you need to let them enjoy the experience for a little bit too, so they're not overwhelmed when they first walk out there for warm-ups. So our plan is to get there early to get them acclimated to the amazing environment. I mean, every kid in Nebraska growing up, I think, dreams of playing on Memorial Stadium. So it's a great opportunity.
And Coach, finally, going into this game, what is going to be your final message, your final words pregame to your squad going into this one?
What we've said all playoff long. We're going to go out and we're going to fight the good fight. We're going to keep the faith in our brothers. They have our back during war, and we're going to come out of this thing, and then we're going to finish the race. And that's what it's been all playoff long is fight the good fight. Keep the faith and finish the race. So that's my message to them, and I know they're going to go out and do it.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Good luck against Sandy Creek for a state championship.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, and go Warriors.
And that brought to you by Farmers and Merchants State Bank. Proud to be family-owned and family-oriented, and proud to support our area student athletes. Back in a couple of minutes on the pregame show from Moody Motors. We're going to go ahead and start off this football game in a couple of minutes. You're listening to the current 94.3 our Class D1 Nebraska State Football Championship game.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hardington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes.
We are ready to start off this ball game from Lincoln, Nebraska. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. It's our Class D1 Nebraska State Football Championship game right here on the current 94.3. Go to our colors of the game, brought to you by the Explorers Credit Union. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com, where the focus is on people, not on profits. Crofton going to be wearing maroon pants, white jerseys, black letters and numbers, and the white snow-top helmets. Sandy Creek on the other end, white pants and cleats. They've got the red jerseys, white numbers, and the red and white helmets. That brought to you by the Explorers Credit Union. On the pregame show from Moody Motors, as we now turn to our starting lineups today. Brought to you by Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, your trusted Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Hardington. Scott, give me some of the starters here today.
Starters for the Sandy Creek Cougars, the defending state champion. Number 1, Alex Watts. Cam Seeley, Alston Clark, Caden Schmidt, Logan Tomke, Wes Biltoff, Kristen Shaw, and Joshua Spray. Those are the offensive starters for Sandy Creek. Now let's take a look at the Crofton Warriors starting lineup. Number 3, Preston Foxhoven, the sophomore quarterback. Jace Panning, Jackson Lind, Trevor Allen, Tyson Jackson, Porter Bartles, Anthony Steffen, Trace Tramp, and Tyson Sanger. Those are the starters for the Crofton Warriors.
Starters are about ready to walk out onto this field. We are moments away from the kickoff. Crofton going back to receive the opening kick. It'll be Jace Panning going back deep, ready to receive this one. Sandy Creek ready to kick it away. Grant Jordan, as well as I think that's Knox Heggie, the 2 up backs right in front of Panning. As we are ready to roll here. Sandy Creek ready to kick this one away. Will be Ben Berger, the right-footed kicker. Ready to roll. It is time. Class D1 Nebraska High School Championship football on the current 94-3 Sandy Creek Crofton. Berger approaches. There's the kick, and we are underway from Lincoln, Nebraska. Kick goes through the back of the end zone, and we're going to start this thing out at the 15-yard line. This is an 80-yard field, by the way, for Class D1 8-man Nebraska football, and we're playing it on the Nebraska Cornhuskers field, which is obviously a 100-yard stadium. So, in other words, my apologies if I mix up when they're at the 30-yard line at the stadium and I call it something else. So that fair warning.
Yep, it's probably going to happen. It's one of those. It looked different there. The kick was great by Berger, and it landed at about the 5-yard line on the field, but that was deep in the end zone.
Yeah, it's deep in the end zone.
Just looks a little different.
That's how it'll be today. So Crofton comes out lining up in their usual setup, that short I. They're going to give it to Tyson Jackson, the tailback. He's going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Sandy Creek got in there real quick, plugging up the A-gap for no gain on the first play of this ball game. For Tyson Jackson, maybe give him a yard, but that is all. Crofton comes out second and a long 9. Foxhoven going to go back, that young sophomore quarterback who set the school record in passing yards. Empty set. He's going to run it himself. Jackson is the lead blocker, and he's taken down after maybe a yard as well. This is going to bring up 3rd and long in the first series of the game for the Crofton Warriors. Great tackling so far by Sandy Creek. That defense is swarming to the football, both first and second down. There were 4 or 5 hats on the ball carrier.
A solid defensive play, as you mentioned, right up front, as Sandy Creek dominating those first couple of plays at the line of scrimmage.
Preston Foxhoven under center. He's got Tyson Jackson lined up as the running back. He's going to fake to him. Drop back, looking to throw. He's firing over the middle of the field, and it is too high over the head of his intended receiver. I think he was looking for Trevor Allen there. Jackson Lind was on a deep route as well. Either way, it is incomplete, no flags. We are going to 4th and 9. Crofton going to have to punt this one away. They're lining up in their usual setup in the shotgun. It's Preston Foxhoven in the shotgun with Jackson off his left shoulder, but we normally see the pooch punt from the quarterback in this situation from Crofton. We'll see what they do here. 3 receivers set, and there is the punt from the sophomore quarterback. Nobody back deep to receive it, and it is a great punt. It just keeps bouncing inside the 10, and it's going to be down at the 9-yard line of Sandy Creek. What a kick from the sophomore quarterback. That is why they do it. They just do it out of the shotgun. They keep their usual formation. That way, if you want to run a fake, you have the usual setup. There's nobody back deep to receive the kicks, and it bounces to the 9. That was perfect.
Yeah, I got it unofficially at 54 yards on that punt. Fantastic play. Reset the field and flip it to the other side.
So Sandy Creek, they'll come out on offense to start things off, and here come the Cougars. High-powered offense, and that sophomore quarterback in Cam Seeley. He's going to line up as... Oh, we're going to a media timeout, correct. After the very first series, we take a 90-second media timeout. So we're going to take that, too. We're going to actually come back here in 60 seconds. It is 0-0, opening up the ball game here at the current 94.3 alongside Scott. I'm Tehl, back in 60 for more championship football.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
I'm Marie Haar, Vice President and Ag Lender at Bank of Hartington. I'm also a Northeast Nebraska beef and dairy producer. Whether it's developing a marketing strategy, a cash flow projection, or a break-even analysis, at the Bank of Hartington, we know that ever-changing demands and challenges of today's grain and livestock producers. How do we know? Because we are farmers, and we're living it too. Call our experienced ag lenders at 402-254-3994.
Bank of Hartington, a proud supporter of all our students and athletes.
First snap of the game, Cam Seeley drops back to throw, and he's going to scramble out of the pocket. Scramble off the right side of the line and get a short gain of 2 yards. That is where he really thrives, is in chaos. Cam Seeley on the first snap of the game for Sandy Creek scrambles for 2. So they'll line up for their second down and 8 play. It's Seeley with Caden Schmidt off his right shoulder. Seeley in the gun. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, and he's going to run it himself. That Schmidt is a lead blocker. He's going to get a gain of about 8 down right at the first down marker. We might see our first down of the ball game, and we do. They'll give it to him. Sandy Creek moving. They're now at the 20-yard line in their own territory. This drive started at their own 9.
Yeah, good blocking right up front there at the point of contact, and then leading the block there was Schmidt. You get Cam Seeley out in open territory. He's just dangerous, very quick and shifty with his feet, moves those chains.
Seeley lines up in the gun again with Schmidt off his right shoulder. Split out wide to the right is Watts, everybody else in tight. Takes the snap at his waist, 3-step drop, rolling to his right, and the rush is on him. He's got to get rid of this football, and he does. He'll throw it away. A Crofton player in Trey Tramp was all over him, preventing the scramble and forcing 2nd and 10.
You know, seeing these stats for Cam Seeley, we talked about them in the pregame, you think he's still a sophomore. How much playing time could have he gotten in the year previous? But outstanding, very smart there, just to pull up instead of taking a hit or losing a few yards, just throw it out in the sideline and let it go. Very smart play there by the sophomore.
3 receiver set this time. Schmidt, Tomke, and Watts, their 3 leading receivers out to the right. Seeley alone in the backfield, 4 men on the line of scrimmage, a tight end off the left side and built off. Going up right up the middle, it's a QB draw, and Crofton will take him down after another good gain. Gain of 12 on the play. That is now 1st and 10 for the Sandy Creek Cougars.
Yeah, you mentioned just a quarterback draw, act like he was going to throw, and then tuck and run. Great blocking up front. The right guard and the right tackle was able to move that Crofton defense, spread them out, and good positive yards on that rush.
Empty set, 1st and 10. Seeley, 4 yards behind the center. Ready for the snap. 2 receivers out to the right, a tight end on either side of the line. They're dropping back to throw. Seeley rolling to his right. Everybody covered downfield. He'll throw it away. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 once again. The second consecutive first down. Sandy Creek tries to throw, and Crofton takes away the pass. He'll have to throw it away.
Yeah, back in coverage there was Jace Panning. Stayed home. They had a wide receiver going down the right side on just a go route, and Panning stayed home, stayed right on his man there. Good defense by Crofton secondary.
2nd and 10, Seeley lining up in the pistol this time. This is Wyatt Livgren right behind him. He's going to hand it off. Livgren going to have a carry, going to his left, following his blockers, finding a little bit of space, and a gain of about 5 here on the play. Jace Panning on the stop. Jackson Lynd also in the area for the Crofton Warriors, and it's 3rd down for Sandy Creek.
That was only Livgren's 8th carry on the entire season.
Two receivers out to the right this time. Shotgun set once again. Seeley Got a man off his left shoulder. That's Schmidt. He'll take the snap himself, and he's running it to the right side of the line. He's down near the first down marker. Second effort might give it to him. He was initially hit 3 yards shy of the first down and kept the legs turning. First down is the signal. Now across midfield is Sandy Creek. They're at the 48-yard line, or 38-yard line, I guess. Once there's the first one on the 80-yard field here in Lincoln. 38-yard line of Crofton now. And in business, this is 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Seeley, that do-it-all quarterback, running that same set out of the gun. He's going to send Schmidt out in motion to the left side. Empty set, takes the snap, throwing over to the left side, down the seam, just overthrew his intended target in Wes Biltoff. The tight end was running that seam route, had Preston Foxhoven in one-on-one coverage, just could not bring it in with the outstretched left hand, was too far downfield. So 2nd and 10 once again, and that's now 3 consecutive series where 1st and 10 has resulted in an incompletion. Luckily for Sandy Creek, they've been getting it done on 2nd down, though.
Yeah, the rushing is getting it done, and the offense on the passing side just not converting.
Hemberger and Livgren out wide to the right. Quarterback going to take this up the middle himself, and he's going to be right near the marker once again. Cam Seeley on 2nd down, going to go right to it. One of the stats we talked about in the pregame, Cam Seeley is averaging 10.5 yards a carry. That is a first down every time he touches the football on the ground on average, and that has been very key here today. He has not been stopped short. That one, he was short just by a moment. 3rd and less than a yard incoming. What I mean by stop short, I mean he's been getting great yardage on every single carry. Got 9 there. So 2nd and just under a yard here for Seeley. Double tight end, jumbo package. He's alone in the backfield, and he's going to run this himself. Got a lead blocker, and he's got first down yardage and more. Down inside the 20-yard line of the Crofton Warriors, just tripped up across the 20. He'll be down near the 17-yard line of Crofton. Sandy Creek trying for their 2nd consecutive state championship. They won this game last season.
Yeah, that rush there, another about 10 yards. Great positive yards. Crofton's trying to stack the box now. A 3-man defensive front, and the linebackers are crowding right up on the line as well.
It's going to be Schmidt off the left shoulder of the quarterback. In motion, right to left. They got a wide receiver running the jet sweep. Down short is Livgren, a gain of about 4, bring up 2nd and 6 for the Cougars.
We saw this a week ago when Crofton, in their game, they were getting beat straight up the middle on their 3-man front defense. They moved another man up front, made it a 4-man front, and that completely shut down the Shelby Rising City team. We'll see if an adjustment gets made as this first quarter goes along.
2nd and 6 from the Crofton 13-yard line near the left hash. Setting up, running out of the gun once again, Seeley with Schmidt off his right shoulder. Schmidt now goes out to his right. Schmidt and there's a flag on the play as they run downfield. It was Seeley himself, and I think we might have a face mask here call on the Crofton Warriors. Seeley took it down himself, and yeah, they got the face mask, looks like. They're talking about this one right now, but we could see here, and it is, yep. So that's going to give half the distance to the goal after the first down run. They're already at the 3-yard line. This is going to set Sandy Creek up very short.
During the run, face mask, defense.
Face mask on the defense is the call.
Number 15, half the distance to the goal.
It's going to be on Jackson lined.
Is a first down.
And it's 1st and goal from about the 1.5-yard marker. Seeley alone. In the backfield, you got to assume they're just going straight up the gut. Seeley. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to a wide receiver, actually, who is near the goal line. I think he's short. 2nd and goal incoming. Looks like that was Schmidt on the carry. Lined up as a wide receiver out on the right side. came in motion on the jet sweep, working left. Crofton read it well, but inside the 1. Now is Sandy Creek. Same formation. Schmidt out to the right. Seeley alone in the backfield. 2nd and goal from the half-yard marker. Take the snap at his head. He's going to run it into the end zone untouched. Sandy Creek strikes first in the Class D1 state championship game. 6-0 is your score early in this one. We are 5 minutes to go in the first quarter as we see our first score. Sandy Creek on their first drive of the game. Crofton went on a 3-and-out to start the game. Sandy Creek methodically marches downfield, and they do get in the end. 2-point conversion attempt. Seeley, same formation. Gonna roll to his right. Empty set out of the shotgun. He's got a rush on him. Throws over to the left side of the end zone, and it is caught. Schmidt caught that one, and it is 8-0. And I think that was Tomke, actually, number 9, not number 8. Yep, Tomke catches that one, the junior tight end. And we are 8-0. Sandy Creek over Crofton, 5 minutes to go in the first. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. Crofton's getting the ball back and trying to answer when we return in 30 seconds at the current 94-3.
Championship football is here, and Arts Garbage Service is proud to stand behind the teams and families who make our community strong. Just like the athletes on the field, our crew shows up with reliability, dedication, and hard work every single week. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Arts Garbage Service, proud to support all student athletes chasing their goals on the field.
You know, I don't know who recorded that ad, but I like the sound of that guy's voice. 8-0 here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Sandy Creek leading Crofton after both teams have had one offensive possession. Crofton getting it back. They had a 3-and-out to open it. Only 1 yard gained on that drive. Crofton now down 8-0 in Lincoln, trying to answer. It'll be Ben Berger kicking off. And there it is, a high end-over-end kick through the back of the end zone. And Crofton starts at their own 15 once again. Same spot they were last time. They handed it off to Tyson Jackson on the opening play. He got 1 yard. Preston Foxhoven then ran the second down play, stopped for no gain. Incompletion on 3rd down led us to a 4th down punt and a 3-and-out on the opening series for the Crofton Warriors.
Yeah, a little bit of a stumble, had one penalty there that came into play as well. See how Crofton responds. We're definitely early in this game, but you don't want to get down very many scores against a very good Sandy Creek team.
Not in a championship game, man. Line up I formation again, that very tight set. Crofton runs, it'll be Tyson Jackson, bumbling for about 2 or 3 yards on 1st down. Now Crofton, you'll remember in the upset in the semifinals against the number 1 seed in Shelby Rising City, was really held to short gains on the majority of the plays. Their touchdowns came on long, broken coverages. They were able to get to the outside and get to the end zone. That is their bread and butter. And now they're trying to run one again. They've got a man downfield on a passing play. Foxhoven, it's through the hands of his intended receiver. That was panning down the left sideline. It was a good ball right on the fingertips of the receiver down the field. If he's able to handle that one, he was going to walk into the end zone for 6. That's the type of play that Crofton connected on last week in the upset win over Shelby Rising City in order to go win that game, and they're going to have to connect on those again here today. Missed that one.
Yeah, the timing was just fractionally off, just through the fingertips of panning there. Went about 45 yards in the air. Would have been a big play for Crofton.
So 3rd and 7. We now have Tyson Jackson going up the middle. He's going to be stuffed a little short, but he's trying to fight for extra yardage. Still going to be 2 yards shy of that 1st down marker on that 3rd down run. 4th and about 2, maybe 2.5 here. Crofton's going to line up in their usual shotgun set. We'll see if they decide to go for it, but you're on your own side of the field at your own 22-yard line. You need the 25. We'll see if Foxhoven goes for the pooch punt here. Nobody is back deep for Shelby Rising City, or excuse me, Sandy Creek. Foxhoven takes the snap, and he will punt it away. Nobody back deep, so we'll see if they get the good bounce again. It bounces at the 20-yard line. Panning will down it right at the 20. So that is where Sandy Creek is going to take over on offense. And Sandy Creek's got one heck of an opportunity now. They just forced 2 straight 3-and-outs against the Crofton Warriors. Now they've got a chance to go march down the field.
Yeah, going to have to find a way to stop Cam Seeley, the sophomore. Just in that first series, had 8 rushes and that touchdown to cap things off. Fantastic rushing. Going to have to stop the front of that offensive line and plug up some of those holes to stop Seeley.
Yeah, on that opening series, 8 carries, as you said, for 59 yards. 59 of the 68 on the drive. 1st and 10, Sandy Creek. Seeley takes the snap, drops back to throw. He's going to throw down the right side. He's got a man, and it's in the bucket. Down the field all the way to the 15-yard line of Crofton. A throw on the dot. Logan Tomke with the catch and run. A perfect go route. A throw right in the breadbasket of the wide receiver. And they're going to set up at the 16-yard line of Crofton. Wow. Right in scoring distance already.
And it was good coverage for Crofton. Was there in the secondary. On the coverage was Panning, but a 44-yard bomb to start things out. And as you mentioned, they're in scoring position.
Pistol set. Schmidt behind the quarterback, Seeley. Seeley takes the snap, hands off Schmidt. Schmidt running off the left side of his offensive line, has blockers. He's getting positive yardage here. Down about a 7-yard gain on first down, maybe 8 here. Good first down run. For Caden Schmidt, a senior running back, 5'11", 170 pounds, is Schmidt on the year. 481 yards on the ground this season, and another 447 through the air, a dual threat running back. Line up for second down here, just inside the Crofton 10-yard line on the 3rd play of the drive. Seeley, empty set, takes the snap, he'll hand it off. It's a reverse to the right side, and Sandy Creek scores. Wes Bitloff, the wide receiver, took the reverse to the right. Crofton bit, and Bitloff will make this a 2-possession game. 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's Sandy Creek 14-0 over the Crofton Warriors. Cougars had a great start to this game. They'll line up for their 2-point conversion. They'll line up. Clark and Schmidt off the right side of the offensive line. Alone in the backfield is the quarterback, Seeley. He'll take the snap at his head. He's going to hand it off on a sweep over to the left side. That is Schmidt getting into the end zone for the successful 2-point conversion. And it is 16-0 Sandy Creek early. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. We're going to take a 30-second break. Crofton's getting the ball back, and they need to go do something with it. Down 16-0 in the chip. Back here in 30 seconds, you're listening to The Current 94.3.
Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Crofton in South Yankton, your ag lending partner in Northeast Nebraska and Southeast South Dakota. We specialize in ag operating lines of credit, livestock and machinery loans, along with farm real estate loans. Check out our special seed financing program for 2026. Contact Larry Cooper or Kevin DeYoung about the financing needs of your farm and ranch. Farmers and Merchants State Bank, proud supporter of Crofton Warrior football. Member FDIC.
So they'll count that as a shovel pass, I believe, and Biltoff gets into the end zone here for Sandy Creek. And they lead this ball game 16-0 over Crofton. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner here for the Current 94.3 Class D1 Championship game underway. 2:27 to go, first quarter. The next kickoff, 3 for 3, is Ben Berger of Putnam through the end zone. Touchback, Crofton Warriors start at the 15.
Yeah, Crofton, it's getting there. You got that feel in the air. You're going to have to get something going on offense. Sustain a drive. Get a couple first downs, actually, just to get things started. When you go 3 and out, it just doesn't have the feel. Crofton a little disoriented to start this game against a very good Sandy Creek team.
Yeah, gave up a 44-yard pass to Logan Tomke on the opening play of that drive, and then built off, finishing it with a 12-yard touchdown. Crofton, now in their third series of the game, they had 2 straight 3-and-outs. They need to get down the field here. First carry of the drive, going to be a short gain here. Tyson Jackson running that one. Give him about 3. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7, incoming for the Warriors. Tyson Jackson, the tailback, out of the eye once again. A 2nd and 7. They're going to run a sweep with him to the left side. He's got blockers. He's in space. He'll have a first down to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, move the chains for Crofton, and that's what you need. You just need a first down. Settle your guys down. Settle in. You're down 16-0, but it's still the first quarter. Plenty of time to get back into this game. You just got to start stacking first downs and play your game.
Absolutely. Get behind your blocker, be patient, and that's exactly what Jackson did on that play.
Jackson's tailback again. Foxhoven back to throw. He's thrown over the middle of the field, deep. Incomplete. Cam Seeley was in coverage on Jackson lined. He knocked that one away. Looked like a dangerous ball for a moment. Thought Seeley was going to bring that one in for a second.
Yeah, Seeley's one of those, he's got such great athleticism. He was in good position. I think it was off the fingertips possibly of both the players.
.124 to go, first quarter. 16-0, Crofton trails. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner for the current 94-3. It's 2nd and 10. Warriors after the incompletion from the sophomore quarterback, Preston Foxhoven, who did set a school record this year with receiving yards in a game, or passing yards in a game, as he throws over the head of Jackson Lined, who is very upset downfield. It was complete broken coverage on 2nd and 10. Lined on a seam route was gone. There was nobody within 15 yards of him. Very upset that he was overthrown there. That was the second missed touchdown throw of this first quarter. You remember Panning had one on the second drive. It was just a little too far on a go route. That one for Lined overthrown. Got to get those deep balls in the bucket or receiver, and this game could be tied right now. 3rd and 10. Foxhoven throwing deep once again. He's got a man, and it's Panning, and there you go. You get it. Finally connecting on a deep ball are the Crofton Warriors down to the 5-yard line. Panning is fired up, and he should be. Crofton gets a great one down to the 5.
Yeah, 45-yard pass and catch down to Panning. Big playability, and that's what we saw on that play. Now they're in perfect scoring position, 1st and goal.
1st and goal, as you said there, Scott. Crofton just needs to punch this in, and we'll have a 1-score game. They'll give it Tyson Jackson. He's looking for 51 down to the 1-yard line. And I think there's a flag on the play. Flag on the play. We'll see what this is. And Crofton is happy. They got the face mask call. Tyson Jackson got drugged down by the face mask. And he was already down at the 1, so we'll move to the half-yard line. But what that does do is give him the fresh set of downs. So instead of 2nd and goal, we're back to 1st and goal now from the half-yard line. Just got to punch it in. And you got Tyson Jackson, who is the 2nd leading rusher in the state of Nebraska in all classes and the leader in the state of Nebraska in touchdown runs with 50 on the season. And that is through all classes again. And he is lined up under center. And he'll take it himself. Tyson Jackson, touchdown run number 51 on the year. Crofton's on the board. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Crofton's going to make a game out of this one yet. Sandy Creek controlled the first about 10 minutes of this ball game, but a deep shot to Jace Panning of 45 yards officially. Set him up, 1st and goal. 2 plays later, Tyson Jackson for 6. 2-point conversion. Foxhoven throwing. He's got his tight end. Completed pass. That's lined. And Crofton has 8. 16-8, the score of the ball game. And a touchdown brought to you by Security Bank. Score big with all the products and services offered at Security Bank. That's my kind of bank. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Crofton makes it a 1-possession game. Once again, 16-8 your score. Back in another 30 seconds. You're listening to The Current 94.3.
Through every season, rain or shine, planting to harvest, you need equipment that performs. That's why growers across the region count on Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. They deliver Zematic pivots built to last, plus local service and expertise that never takes a time out. On the farm, just like on the field, reliability wins the game. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hardington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
(16-8) the score of the ball game. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Crofton just got on the board.
Yeah, absolutely needed that. That was almost a critical possession. Crofton needed that momentum, get a little confidence going, and then punch it into the end zone, getting that 51st touchdown for Jackson. That's exactly what they needed.
Exactly, and it came on a massive pass play as well. 45 yards officially through the air for Jace Panning. That was the meat and potatoes of that drive. That was they'd had multiple deep shots that they'd missed on in the game. They'd had 3 that they'd missed where they had an open receiver. But the 4th, they're able to hit it downfield, and that sets up the first score of the game for Crofton. They're going to kick this one away. It's an end-over-end kick, and it's going to be brought in at the 7-yard line by Wyatt Hemberger. Hemberger going to be taken down near the 20-yard line, set up shop at the 18. Will Sandy Creek. Hemberger, the sophomore, running that one out. And here comes the offense for Sandy Creek. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. They have scored on both of their 2 opening possessions. And they've done it both on the ground and through the air. 71 rushing yards on the day, 57 receiving yards. Seeley in the pistol, he'll take the snap, and he's going to hand it off to a running back on the read option, and Tyson Jackson blows up that play. He's going to drop Caden Schmidt in the backfield for a loss of 1. They were running the read option there. Seeley saw they sealed the edge, gave it to his running back, but they had all options covered, did the Warriors.
I love it. And on the offensive side, more aggressive, more pass plays we saw in that last possession, and then here you see just an all-out go-get-'em from the defensive side, chasing them down in the backfield. Love the aggressiveness right now, Crofton.
And all out, go get them. I love that play call. That should just be the number 1 play they run every time. Lining up under center now is Seeley. He was trying to go for the hard count at the end of the quarter. That was smart. With just 2 seconds left in the quarter, he ran up, got under center, out of the shotgun, did the hard count, trying to get Crofton to jump. Crofton disciplined. They did not move, and that takes us to the end of the quarter. 16-8 after 1. Sandy Creek leads over Crofton. We're going to have 2nd and 11 when we return. Sandy Creek's 3rd drive of the ball game. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to Crofton High School Championship Game Football on the Current 94.3.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it. And treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Fresh new trades to the Moody Motor Lot include a 2023 Jeep Gladiator and a 2024 Tahoe Premier with only 27,000 miles. A very nice one-owner 2022 F-150 Platinum in pearl white and a one-owner 2024 Ford Edge SEL all-wheel drive with only 20,000 miles. We have a lot of very nice and some unique vehicles that you would love. Low interest with our lowest price is what you'll find at Moody Motors in
Ready to start the second quarter from Lincoln, Nebraska. Memorial Stadium, the home of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, host site for state championship games in the state of Nebraska. Class D1 on the airwaves currently. This is Crofton versus the defending state champions in Sandy Creek. Crofton looking for their first over, Sandy Creek looking for their second straight. As we finish up the first quarter, Crofton just had a 6-play, 65-yard touchdown drive. Took a minute 44 off the clock to end the first quarter. Now it's 2nd and 11, Sandy Creek. First play of the second quarter, they're going to have a man in motion. That's Schmidt going right to left. Quarterback Seeley takes it up the middle himself. Had a massive hole, great blocking. He'll have a run of 9 yards before he's finally brought down to the turf.
Seems like Seeley is just not having any trouble getting past the initial line of scrimmage. He's into the linebacking core before really contact is made there. Just a very solid rusher coming out of the backfield.
It's been majority through that A-gap as well. Crofton's running that 3-3-2, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and then 2 deep backs. But the 3 on the offensive line haven't plugged that middle hole yet. 3 receivers out to the right. Empty set here for Seeley. He drops back to throw, but this one is blown dead. False start is the signal. And that is going to make this 3rd and 1 into a 3rd and 6.
False start. 77, awful. Replay, 3rd down.
So 3rd down and 6. Sandy Creek having to shovel pass it on a wide receiver screen, and not very good tackling from Crofton leads to a 1st down. They had him. Wes Biltoff was hit about 5 yards shy of the line to gain, and he is able to hurdle a defender, shake off a tackle, and he'll take it for 1st down yardage. Crofton had a chance there, but it is Sandy Creek. Comes away good.
Yeah, 2 defenders right in front of Seeley, was able to get him, kind of corner him against the sideline, but a smart play by the sophomore. Just doing the shovel pass, just flick it over the top of the head of the defender, led to positive yards.
So 1st and 10. Seeley now with 6 men on the line of scrimmage. He's going to run to his right. He has decent blocking, runs out of time as he goes off the right side of the line, and he'll go for a gain of about 3.
There, I think he eluded a good 3 tacklers, just moving his way upfield a yard or 2 and then back out to the sideline. I don't know. We'll see how this goes down the road. This kid gets a little bit older, a little bit quicker.
Yeah, only a sophomore there, folks, for Seeley.
He definitely wears the red and white. He's good down on the field, that's for sure.
Over 3,500 yards, over 60 touchdowns on the season combined, rushing and passing. He's going to hand off to a running back this time. Schmidt going to take it, short yardage gain, and we're going to have 3rd down once again. 3rd and 3 incoming for Sandy Creek, and an opportunity to get off the field for the Warriors.
A couple options. There was a read option at first, giving it up to the running back, and he was following his blocker, Wes Biltoff, in front of him. But good coverage there by Crofton on the defensive side.
Seeley running out of the pistol this time. Schmidt behind him. 2 receivers to the right. Tight end off the left side of the line. 5 seconds on the play clock. 3, now 2. They got to get the snap off. They do with 1 on the clock. Seeley runs the option, pitches to his running back. He's going to have 1st down yardage across midfield and into Crofton territory. Gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That play definitely felt like it was an audible. Seeley came up and identified exactly where he wanted players to go or where the ball to go, and got into that speed option and running forward, getting that 1st down.
(16-8) is your score. We're in the second quarter in Lincoln. 9:18 on the clock and counting in this second quarter. Sandy Creek has yet to be stopped on offense so far today. And it's 1st and 10 now at the 47-yard line of Crofton. They're going to run a sweep out to the left side again, and Tyson Jackson once again all over it. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage was Wyatt Livgren, the sophomore running back. Loss of about 4 on the play, 2nd and 14 incoming.
That's great execution, and also great coaching. Jackson is very good position where we were at. You can see the guard pulled out, and Jackson took off, followed that guard, and led him right to the running back. Great play. But he had that physical ability, that speed that you need to make that kind of a play.
Tyson Jackson's second tackle for loss of the ball game as well. Last one for 1 yard, this one for 4. 2nd and 14, Sandy Creek back on their own side of the field now at the 49-yard line. But they're going to be having a first down again. Busted coverage downfield to the 10-yard line, a catch and run. Wes Biltoff, the junior tight end, came across the line, uncovered about 5 yards deep. Quarterback hits him right in the numbers. Nobody around him, and he'll take it all the way down to the Crofton 9-yard line is where they mark him officially. 1st and goal for the Cougars.
Yeah, the linebacker bit on Seeley staying in there, thought he was going to run up the middle, and just left that tight end go wide open. Big play.
That's the threat of a dual threat quarterback right there. You get the linebackers to bite in, hit a receiver over the middle of the field. Seeley, empty set this time, 2 receivers, no, 3 out to the right. He's going to run it himself, QB draw, and he's going to dive into the goal line. Touchdown, Sandy Creek Cougars. Game is back up to 2 possessions, 8:10 on the clock in the second quarter, 22-8 score. Seeley, an impressive dive at the end zone. He was hit at about the 5, just full extension, reaching out the ball with the right hand, able to get it across the plane. About parallel to the ground, as impressive of a rush as you'll see. Seeley, 2-point conversion. He's going to roll to his right. Trying to throw it. Nope, he's going to take off. Now pitches it to a man in the end zone, and it is caught. What a play from the young quarterback, Logan Tomke, waiting in the end zone for it, able to catch it right near the sideline. It was Seeley who took off running and then just forward shovel passes it over the head of a defender who came in to stop his run right to the open receiver. 2-point conversion is good, the 3rd consecutive. And the 3rd consecutive drive, Sandy Creek has scored 8 points. It is 24-8 Cougars over the Warriors, 8:10 on the clock, second quarter. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner, back in another 30 seconds. You're listening to the Current 94.3.
Winter weather is closing in. Make sure your home is ready with Bosch Heating System from Art Cuddle Appliance in Bow Valley. Bosch delivers efficient, whisper-quiet warmth that keeps your family comfortable all season long. Whether you're prepping for holiday guests or thawing out after chores, Bosch brings dependable performance that you can trust. Don't wait for the first snow. Prepare now at ArtCuddleAppliance.com. Art Cuddle Appliance, your local independent Bosch dealer in Bow Valley.
.8:10 on the clock, second quarter. Sandy Creek leading Crofton 24-8 in our Class D1 Nebraska State Championship football game.
Yeah, Crofton finding themselves in a little bit of unfamiliar territory as we are set for the kickoff from Sandy Creek.
Kickoff back at the 4-yard line, going to be returned out by Jace Panning, who hurdles a man at the 20, goes down to the 22, maybe 23-yard line. We'll see where they mark him, but Crofton, decent field position after the return from Panning. And they'll march back out their offense. They scored the last time they had it. Took it about 60 yards downfield in 1:30 off the clock. The last drive for Sandy Creek, 9 plays, 62-yard touchdown drive, 4 minutes and 28 seconds come off the clock in the second. It was capped off by a Cam Seeley touchdown run of 9. Back to throw. Preston Foxhoven on the first play of this drive. He's nearly sacked, gets out of it, throws downfield, and it's dropped. Jackson Line had it in his hands. It wasn't the best throw as Foxhoven was under pressure. He stretched out, had it in for a second, but when he hit the ground, it popped back out. 2nd and 10 incoming.
Yeah, good defensive pressure in there, but also just a nice play by Foxhoven, scrambling, trying to make something out of a trouble spot. As it is, it's incomplete. See if Crofton maintains the same that they've done all year, just kind of push, push, push. Just get worried when you start trying to do a shootout against the Sandy Creek team.
Lyndon panning out wide to the right, running the option. They'll flip it to Tyson Jackson. Makes one man miss, breaks a tackle off the second, then forced out of bounds. Only got about 2 yards out of that play. Had to work hard for him. 3rd and 8. So Crofton in danger again of having a drive stall and a 3 and out. This, if Sandy Creek can get off the field, it'll be their 3rd 3 and out of their first 4 drives. They really need to get something here. Crofton lining up in the I. Grant Jordan, the fullback, they give to Tyson Jackson, who runs into his quarterback, Foxhoven. They had a miscommunication on which shoulder they were handed it off on, and they gain only 1 yard. 4th and 7 incoming.
Sometimes when it's going wrong, it just is going wrong. You got a quarterback and a running back who have handed it off hundreds of times, and then in a critical game like this, just a little miscommunication. One person goes the wrong direction, and now you got a broken play. Now you're 4th down.
Right out that regular punt formation for the Warriors. They got 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They're in the shotgun. Foxhoven normally hits the pooch punt out of this. 4th and 7. He'll take the snap, and they're going to fake it, and he's not going to get there. Disaster for the Crofton Warriors. Foxhoven tried to run it off the right side of his line, and he is tackled well short. 5 yards short of the line to gain. On 4th and 7, you roll the dice and go for it. You were near midfield, but you give it to Sandy Creek now at your own 39-yard line.
And even
the 29-yard line, excuse me. I'm looking at the field for the Cornhuskers here. 29-yard line in the 8-man field. First and 10. Seeley. He's got a receiver in motion, and Livgren fakes it to him. He's throwing deep. Throw into the end zone, and it is caught. One play later, Sandy Creek makes them pay. Crofton cannot convert on 4th down. They give it to the Cougars at their own 29-yard line, and then a 29-yard passing touchdown then from Sandy Creek on the very next play.
You know, I couldn't even get the comment in there. Foxhoven, I thought he had green grass in front of him on that 4th down play, just bobbled the snap a little bit, and now it's just complete turnaround, and you get going the other direction with Sandy Creek for the score.
2-point conversion attempt. Seeley, jet sweep again. Schmidt gonna get in again. They've been successful on that. I think they've run it at least 3 out of the 4 2-point conversions. Good there. 32-8 is your score. Sandy Creek leading Crofton. Just under 7 minutes to go before halftime. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. We'll take another 30 seconds. You're listening to the Current 94.3.
People are my people, dreaming big, keeping life simple, saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit Union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
So Crofton rolls the dice. They go for it on 4th down near their own 25-yard line. They do not get it. Give the ball to Sandy Creek at the 29 in their own territory. And one play later, it is a 29-yard touchdown pass from Cam Seeley to Logan Tomke. 2-point conversion is good, and it's 32-8 in the blink of an eye. Crofton trailing heavy in the state championship game. Panning receives the kickoff. He's going to take it across his 15. He breaks a tackle, won't break the second. He's down at the 20-yard line. There is a penalty flag down. We're going to have to check what this is in a moment. It's looking like this might have been a block in the back. I didn't see anything on the tackle itself. Perhaps a holding on the receiving team. Flag was thrown at the 18, and it is going to be on Crofton.
During the return, block in the back, 13.
Block in the back.
Half the distance to the goal. Be first down.
Well, I said 13. I don't have a 13, but block in the back on Crofton either way. And so that'll back them up to their 8-yard line. So from their own 8-yard line, Crofton now starting this drive down 32-8 here in the state championship. They'll throw over the middle of the field. They've got a man. That is Trevor Allen. Good completion of about 17 yards. That's a good way to start a drive. Crofton trailing once again 32-8 here in Lincoln.
Yeah, Crofton struggling a little bit with the rush, going to the pass plays last series as well as starting this one out. Like the big play going down to Allen there, as you mentioned, for 17.
That's Preston Foxhoven's second completed pass of the game. Both of them have been pretty deep shots. The first one went for 45. That one's 17 or 18 yards. Foxhoven throwing middle of the field again. This one behind his intended receiver in Tyson Jackson, incomplete. Second down.
Yeah, the passing can be very beneficial, but if you don't complete them, then things definitely just get out of hand very quickly, especially we're only in the second quarter. If you don't convert and get that ball right back to the other team.
Foxhoven, single back is Jackson. Now in motion is Panning. They'll run the sweep with Panning to the right side. Swarm of red jerseys all over him. He's down for a loss. Going backwards 2 yards are the Crofton Warriors. 3rd and 12 incoming. Now 3rd and 13, actually. Crofton going the wrong way, playing behind the sticks here. Down 32-8, under 6 to go before halftime. Foxhoven getting the call in from the near sideline. Jackson going to be split out to the left. Panning to the right. Lined. And Allen line up as tight ends, and a timeout's now taken by Crofton. Timeout here on this 3rd and 13. We're going to take it to timeouts brought to you today by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. Back in 30 seconds, Crofton trailing 32-8, 3rd and 12 when we return.
When you need power you can count on, call Webben Electric. From agriculture to commercial and residential work, they handle it all, including trenching and electrical service for irrigation systems. Whether you're upgrading your operation, tackling a new project, or keeping things running safely and efficiently, trust the team with the experience to do it right. Visit Webben Electric on Facebook to learn more. Webben Electric, a proud supporter of our local student athletes in high school championship football.
Out of the timeout, brought to you by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. Scott, we got a 3rd and 13 incoming out of the timeout. 5:33 to go before halftime. It's 32-8, Crofton trailing. What are we going to see here?
You're going to see another pass. It's just the rushing game has been very bottled up, and you can tell the coaching on the other side for Sandy Creek. They've seen a lot of tape for what Crofton does. When they started to swing, panning around on that last jet sweep, the defenders were right there. They were waiting for him, like they knew what the play was going to be. So I think this is going to have to be a pass play. That's been the positive yardage so far for Crofton.
Crofton, they have 33 yards on 11 carries today, averaging 3 yards a carry. That is all. Foxhoven back to throw. He will throw, and it is intercepted. It is taken away off the hands of his intended receiver. I think it might have been tipped at the line, then off Panning as well. Yeah, it was tipped at the line. It was tipped by the receiver, and then it was Cam Seeley himself, the quarterback for Sandy Creek, who is able to bring in the interception. It was tipped twice, and then Seeley able to just bring it in. Credit the defensive line of Sandy Creek, though, with the initial tip right off the throw. Panning was trying to just get a hand on it as it was behind him after the tip, and then Cam Seeley able to secure it. 1st and 10, Sandy Creek there at the 30-yard line of the Crofton Warriors. Seeley in there, empty set. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He'll take the snap, back to throw. They're throwing to the end zone again. Throw, deep shot. It is caught at the 5, out near the 3-yard line. Logan Tomke on a beautiful pass from Cam Seeley.
Tomke, we've mentioned his name a lot so far in this first half. The junior, 28 catches for just over 500 yards on the year and 10 touchdowns. He's playing fantastic this first half.
It's taken down at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Sandy Creek. 5:18 to go before halftime. 1st and goal, empty set again. Here's Seeley. Seeley with 2 receivers, lined up his wingbacks on the right side of the offensive line. 5 down linemen. He'll take the snap. It's that jet sweep again. They've ran this in goal line situations throughout this game. Crofton stops it there. It was Tomke on the sweep to the right. Crofton finally able to bring that one in. When they get inside the 5, they've been running that jet sweep pretty much on most of their 2-point conversion attempts. They try it there from the 3. Crofton read that one. Tackle for loss down to the 4. 2nd and goal. Second and goal, Cougars. Seeley running back off his right shoulder. He'll take it himself. He's got blockers. He's into the end zone untouched. Sandy Creek now leads by 30. 38-8. The score of the ball game. 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining before halftime. We are still in the second quarter. Sandy Creek has just played a phenomenal first half. And they're going for 1 here. So they line up to kick the extra point. And it is good. 39-8. Sandy Creek over Crofton. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to The Current 94.3. We'll take another 30-second break. Crofton's getting it back in 30 seconds.
Dreaming of becoming a registered nurse? At Mount Marty University, the Avera Nursing Advantage makes that dream real. Starting your junior year, you could receive $15,000 per year for 2 years, a total of $30,000 towards your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. And when you graduate, you'll launch your career with Avera Health. If you apply your sophomore year, you could lock in funding and job opportunities across a 5-state region. Learn more. Visit mountmarty.edu.
So with 4:35 to go in the second quarter, 39-8 your score. Sandy Creek, they lead over Crofton. That was a 3-play, 30-yard drive off the interception. Cam Seeley caught the interception, and he ran in the touchdown from 4 yards out on the 3rd play of the drive. He also had a 20, I believe it would have been a 27-yard throw on the play to Logan Tomke, which took him down to the 3-yard line from the 30. Seeley is the real deal. Spiraling kick, going to go into the end zone, touchback Crofton. Cam Seeley, we can talk about his game to this point. He's got 86 yards on the ground, 3 rushing touchdowns. He has 2 passing touchdowns, 10 of 13 through the air, 148 yards. What can you say?
You know, you mentioned that Seeley seems like the real deal. I just got a message from a listener, and that was exactly what they said. They're like, this Sandy Creek team sounds like the real deal. It is. They are absolutely as advertised. And it's one of those where, on paper, everything looks similar. Crofton lined up, you know, with stats and things of that nature. But Sandy Creek right now just seems to have a little different momentum going out on the field.
4:35 to go. As Crofton marches out on the field to start things off at their own 15-yard line. Preston Foxhoven. Tyson Jackson in the backfield as usual. They got Panning split out to the right. Carter Steffen out wide to the left. They're running the option play. They'll give it Jackson. Jackson going to have positive yardage, gain of 5. They'll say his knee is down at the 20-yard line. Tough start to the game, no matter how you look at it here, Scott. 39-8 in the second quarter. Not a whole lot has gone the way of Crofton. The only good thing you can say is we're still in the first half. You know, there's plenty of football left to be played. Foxhoven to his right. He's going to throw left. Finds line near the first down marker, a yard shy. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Warriors.
Yeah, good patience there by Foxhoven, just waiting. There's 3 receivers out en route, just waiting for one of them to get open, lined. Just a little hook route off the left side. Positive yards, just short of that first down marker.
Under center. Foxhoven out of the eye. He'll give Jackson. Jackson going off the right side of the line. He'll bumble forward for that first down. Gain of 5. 1st and 10 for the Crofton Warriors. Good blocking on the play. Grant Jordan sealing the edge. Led to the first down run. 3:11 to go before halftime. Something to note, Crofton did receive the opening kick of this ball game. Sandy Creek will receive the second half kick. There's 3 minutes to go in the first half. Foxhoven back to throw. He's throwing. He's got a man deep. He's got it. Lined. Deep completion. He's going to walk into the end zone. A touchdown pass of 42 yards. No, 52 yards on this field. 52 yards for Crofton. And a touchdown for the Crofton Warriors. That'll make it 39-14 here. Crofton just trying to get back into this ball game, and that's a good way to do it. On the money throw from Preston Foxhoven, a sophomore QB.
Yeah, big time play right down the seam. Just watching this on replay here in the booth. As Lyon had a couple steps on the defender, a good pass and catch over the shoulder.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left in the 2-point conversion. 3-step drop, throw into the corner of the end zone. Flag on the play, it's incomplete. Gonna be a flag on the defense there. I think we're gonna get pass interference on Schmidt. Schmidt in coverage, working on Trevor Allen, and that is exactly what it is. We're gonna see defensive pass interference here.
Pass interference, defense, number 8, half the distance to the goal.
So Caden Schmidt
Replay the try.
with the penalty, and we will redo the 2-point conversion attempt. 39-14, Crofton trails here. We'll see what they do on their second try. 2:48 to go before halftime. Direct snap, Tyson Jackson, he's running to his right. He will be near it. Did he get in? No, he did not. Jackson stuffed a few inches shy of the line to gain on the 2-point conversion attempt. Sandy Creek has just been incredible today. 39-14 is your score. Cougars lead. They will receive the kickoff in 30 seconds. That touchdown brought to you by Security Bank. Score big with all the products and services offered at Security Bank. That's my kind of bank. We'll take 30 seconds. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to Crofton High School football on Current 94.3.
Did you know that using your debit card to pay in stores, online, even within apps, has never been easier or more secure? Now there's a better way to pay with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Whether at the coffee shop, grocery store, or online, instead of making purchases using your plastic card, now you can pay with your smartphone, tablet, or smartwatch. Just touch, tap, pay the easy way with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Ask about it today. Member FDIC.
.248 to play, second quarter. 39-14. Crofton just had a 4-play, 65-yard drive. A great passing touchdown of, I believe, 56 yards. Or maybe 52 yards. No, 52 yards is what it was for Jackson Line. Unsuccessful two-point conversion. Crofton trails, and they're going for the onside kick, and it is recovered by Sandy Creek right at midfield. I wondered if they'd try that. You know, you're down 39-14. You kind of got to make something happen. Didn't go your way here, but
just another example of how well coached the Sandy Creek team is. The front three, just watching replay, they knew what was coming. They just stayed home, watched it the entire way through. So good preparation.
Cam Seeley marching back out there. The sophomore quarterback who has thrown for 148 and 2 touchdowns, 10 of 13 through the air in the first half, and another 86 and 3 touchdowns on the ground. He's out there commanding the huddle, and he's going to take the first snap, running to his right. He's got blockers. He's going to get the edge. He's down for a first down, run of 14. Cam Seeley. He's had one heck of a season, and he has led Sandy Creek one heck of a game here today.
I'm feeling like one of those other spectators who have watched him throughout the year going, wow, he's just fun to watch.
Yep. 77% completion percentage. He's got almost 100 yards on the ground, 148 through the air. Just incredible numbers. Drops back to throw here, rushes on him, avoids the sack, keeps his eyes downfield, and throws a touchdown. No, it's dropped. It's dropped in the end zone. Logan Tompke had a chance at that one. Seeley was trying to escape the pocket. A rush was on. I think it was Trevor Allen who had the chance at the sack. Seeley was able to escape the pocket, rolling to his left, throws downfield, gave his receiver Tompke a chance, just couldn't bring it in.
Very difficult pass to make as well, as he rolled to his left, opened up his shoulders, just made the pass across his body. Almost a great completion.
2nd and 10. Seeley now in the shotgun. Receiver off it, or running back off his left side. He's running it himself. He's patient, finding his way through blockers, breaks a tackle, and he's down the field for another score. Touchdown run of 26 yards. Cam Seeley, 126 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground, 148 yards, 71% completion percentage, and 2 touchdowns through the air. 3 plays, 40 yards was the drive. Extra point attempt, kick is on the way, and it is good. 46-14. Sandy Creek leads over Crofton. 1 minute and 58 seconds to go before halftime. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to The Current 94.3.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hardington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer.
(46-14), Sandy Creek leading Crofton. State championship game in Class D1. And what an incredible year. Fans showing the, and that's how you know a player is good, if you're looking at the sideline as the kick goes through the end zone. Fans are literally holding up posters, and the entire poster is just Cam Seeley's stats on the season. You don't have to say anything. Literally just hold up a poster showing his stats. That's how good of a year he's had. We'll remind you of him. He's sitting here at almost, or just over now in this game, 2,300 yards passing on the year with 34 touchdowns. He's got over 1,700 yards on the ground and now 37 rushing touchdowns.
It ain't just limited to stats. I think I saw one earlier that said Cam Seeley's my brother. Yeah, definitely there's fans out there of this young man.
Foxhoven dropping back to throw for Crofton. He throws over the middle of the field. It's caught, but hit hard. Tyson Jackson gets up with it, but he had to high point that football over the middle of the field and got hit. Got hit on the left hip. He's up and good, but kind of a dangerous throw there. Jackson, along with Panning, out wide to the right now. Empty set, Foxhoven back to throw. He's going to chuck it over the middle of the field, and it's picked off. Through into double coverage. It's taken away by Sandy Creek. The return across midfield to the 39-yard line of the Crofton Warriors. Interception. Brought in Caden Schmidt, the running back slash defensive back, the second pick of the game off Foxhoven.
Yeah, Foxhoven was just trying to make a play. I'll credit that one to the scoreboard. Just one of those trying to make something happen. Didn't see the secondary defensive back step into the passing lane. It basically threw it right to the defensive back.
Shotgun Sandy Creek at the 38-yard line. They'll snap the ball, or the 28-yard line, excuse me. This 100-yard field for the Nebraska Cornhuskers and an 80-yard field here.
5-yard penalty.
Screwing it up all game as assumed, but 5-yard penalty here. Going to back them up to the 33-yard line. So the drive officially starts at the 28 of Crofton after the return, after the 5-yard penalty and the false start. Go back to the 33-yard line. Seeley gonna run this one himself. He breaks to the edge, breaks contain, and he goes downfield, gets back the yardage off the penalty, and a couple more. That is all. Down to the 26-yard line. Gain of 7 on 1st and 15.
Seen some great game management so far out of Seeley in this first half. Exactly 1 minute on the clock, full complement of timeouts. We'll see what this Sandy Creek team does here in the final 60 seconds.
Yeah, 50 seconds and counting. 2nd and 8. At the Crofton 26. They're going to throw to the end zone. Short on the throw. The first really missed throw we've seen of the game. Caden Schmidt was on a post route, had 2 steps on the defensive back, and that was a touchdown if it was on target. Really the first missed throw we've seen from Seeley all game.
Yeah, been very solid, very accurate, as you mentioned. If he had just a little bit more on that ball, the wide receiver had a step on it, would have been another score.
In a masterful first half, really his first mistake. The other incompletions have been some pretty good defense by Crofton, you know, getting in the face of the receiver. That one just straight missed. 3rd and 8. Seeley dropping back again. He's going deep again. And he got this one. First down inside the 10, 5, touchdown. Touchdown, Sandy Creek. 26-yard touchdown, catch and run. Alston Clark. No, excuse me. That is Caden Schmidt again. Schmidt with the catch and run. Another receiving touchdown. That'll be his first touchdown of the game, but his 100th receiving yard as well. Cam Seeley now 11 of 16 for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. Extra point is good. No, excuse me. Logan Thompson has 100 yards through the air. That was Schmidt's 5th catch on the day for 26 yards. He'll be just under 50 in the ball game, but his first touchdown. All right, 53-14 your score, 30 seconds to go before halftime. We're just going to keep this one right here out of the touchdown as we take a look at this drive from Crofton. Once again, it's Sandy Creek going to be receiving the second half kickoff as well as they lead 53-14. I don't believe they have been stopped on the offensive side of the ball yet. Every time Sandy Creek has touched the ball offensively, it has resulted in points.
Yep, defense of Crofton just not playing up to what we saw a week ago at Shelby Rising City. But it was a different team as well. Now you get facing off Sandy Creek, the offense is firing on all cylinders. You got to look at, okay, what's Sandy Creek going to do in the second half? Well, when your starting quarterback's a sophomore, it's different if you got a senior out there. You know, you might pull him halfway through the third or something, given the score, but I just don't see that happening.
You know, Sandy Creek, they won this game last year, claimed that first state championship. They're up big in this one, and Seeley's only a sophomore.
You better
Sandy Creek's going to be good for years.
You better get used to that name.
Oh,
absolutely.
Man. 53-14 here in this game. Kickoff goes through the back of the end zone. Crofton going to trot out with 30 seconds to go before half. Preston Foxhoven, last time out, did throw an interception, led to that score. We'll see what they decide to do here with 30 seconds left in the half. They do line up in the I. Crofton might just run one play and take it to half. Nope, they're going to drop back to throw. They're going to split Trevor Allen out to the left. They're going to throw it to him. It is tipped and incomplete. Cam Seeley in coverage on Trevor Allen. Incompletion down the left sideline. 22 seconds to go.
I think some credit's got to be given to Trevor Allen there, just knocking that one loose, as Seeley was in just as good a position to catch that as Allen was.
Yeah, true 50-50 ball, which, you know, at this stage of a game like this, you'll take 50-50. Yeah. You know, 22 seconds left in the half, and you're down 53-14. I'll take some 50-50 balls downfield and see if your receivers can come down with them and maybe get some big plays. You got to find something. Foxhoven in the gun this time. He's got Jackson off his right shoulder, dropping back to throw again. Foxhoven looking right. Everybody covered downfield. He'll throw. Finds a man. Jackson line breaks a tackle, and he's at midfield to the 40-yard line. 13 seconds left in the half. Crofton in range of an end of half Hail Mary, but there's 13 seconds remaining. This ball going to be snapped right from midfield. You have time for one more underthrow, and Foxhoven going to do exactly that. Throws one over the middle of the field, and it is tipped nearly. You know, a tip ball like that, you got to wonder. It was off the hands of his intended receiver and incomplete.
That ball wasn't thrown into traffic. It was thrown into an entire huddle of folks out there.
It did hit lined in the hand, in the right arm. It looks like it bounced off of him, though. It was decent ball, but now 6 seconds left in the half. You might be throwing to the end zone here. We might see a little 5 and out to maybe give Foxhoven an extra 5 yards, but in 80-yard field, you only got 40 yards to go. We've seen him throw balls farther than that. Probably a Hail Mary incoming. Foxhoven dropping back to throw. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it with 1 second on the clock. Did he get out of bounds in time?
Yes, I believe he did.
There's zeros on the clock. I think they're going to put 1 second on. Foxhoven scrambled for 5. They're reviewing this right now, seeing if he got out with a half second to spare. And he did not.
No.
So they're going to say he did not. That is the end of the first half. And Crofton will go into the locker room 53-14. They trail.
Yeah, tough first half. I don't know what the coach is going to say to him in there, but that's just a tough scenario in a championship game.
That is 53-14, your halftime score. We're going to take a break here. We're going to come back and roll through it. We'll go through the scoring plays. We'll go through all the stats. We'll take a look at the rest of the state championship games coming up later today as well. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to the Class D1 high school state championship game in football in Nebraska on the current 94.3.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
I'm Brett Wiedenfeld, Chief Financial Officer and Ag Lender at the Bank of Hartington, and I'm also a Northeast Nebraska pork producer. At the Bank of Hartington, we have the tools and knowledge to help your operation grow. We know the needs of our producers and are eager to assist with the demands of your farm. How do we know? Because our Ag Lenders have true Ag experience. Call our experienced Ag Lenders at 402-254-3994.
Bank of Hartington, a proud supporter of all our students and athletes.
Championship football is here, and Arts Garbage Service is proud to stand behind the teams and families who make our community strong. Just like the athletes on the field, our crew shows up with reliability, dedication, and hard work every single week. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Arts Garbage Service, proud to support all student athletes chasing their goals on the field.
Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Crofton in South Yankton, your ag lending partner in Northeast Nebraska and Southeast South Dakota. We specialize in ag operating lines of credit, livestock and machinery loans, along with farm real estate loans. Check out our special seed financing program for 2026. Contact Larry Cooper or Kevin DeYoung about the financing needs of your farm and ranch. Farmers and Merchants State Bank, proud supporter of Crofton Warrior football. Member FDIC.
Through every season, rain or shine, planting to harvest, you need equipment that performs. That's why growers across the region count on Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. They deliver Zematic pivots built to last, plus local service and expertise that never takes a timeout. On the farm, just like on the field, reliability wins the game. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
When you can't know what's coming, know you're covered. With Avera Health Plans, you can count on local, trusted care and your choice of doctors and care close to home and across the nation. Health insurance coverage shouldn't feel out of reach. Contact your local agent or explore your options online. Visit averahealthplans.com.
All right, let's go ahead and start off our halftime show, courtesy of Christensen Well and Irrigation, built on over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry, and your local Reinke Irrigation Systems dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. Let's go ahead and go through our scoring recap today. It's brought to you by Webben Electric, agriculture, commercial, residential, Webben Electric. Let's go through this scoring plays here. It started off with Sandy Creek getting off to a heavy lead. Crofton does score twice, but we got a 53-14 halftime score. Take me through the scoring plays here.
Yep, absolutely. Got things going at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Seeley on a 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was good from Seeley to Tomke. And then quickly out to an 8-0-0. Then followed up at the 2:27 mark. Built off a 12-yard pass play from Seeley. 2-point conversion was good by Schmidt, 16-0, and that was about the point where we started going, let's get things going.
And then Crofton did.
Then Crofton did. At the 43-second left in the first quarter mark, Jackson on a 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was good from Foxhoven to Lind, and then we sat at 16-8. Then it turned into the second quarter, and Sandy Creek just got things going. Quickly at the 8:10 mark, Seeley on a 9-yard rush. And then the pass play to Tomke for 2-point conversion, 24-8. Followed up a minute and a half later, Seeley on a pass play to Tomke for 29. And then Schmidt, the 2-point conversion was good on the rush, 32-8. It it kind of snowballed from this point. Then you get into the mid mark of that second quarter at the 4:35 mark. Seeley 4-yard touchdown run. They started kicking extra points instead of 2-point conversions. The extra point was good, 39-8. And then Crofton scores again at the 2:48 mark of that second quarter. Foxhoven for the 52-yard touchdown pass to Lind. The 2-point conversion was no good, 39-14. And you get that feeling of, okay, let's get some points rolling, get things going here. And then right back comes Sandy Creek on 2 scores. At about the 2-minute mark, Seeley on a 26-yard score. And then at the 32nd-yard mark was Seeley to Schmidt for 26-yard pass play. Extra points on those were both good, 53-14.
Yeah, Crofton got down early, and then one of the things that has kind of led to so many touchdowns in that second quarter for Sandy Creek, 5 touchdowns and 37 points in the second quarter alone. A lot of that was short fields. There were a couple of turnovers. There were 2 interceptions. Crofton also went for it on 4th down at their own 25. They didn't get it, and they tried an onside kick and didn't get that either. So that's 4 plays, 4 drives for Sandy Creek starting in Crofton territory, all in that second quarter, and they score on 4 of those 5 drives. The 5th, they had to march all the way down the field, but they did exactly that. It's just been impressive from Sandy Creek what they've been able to do here today, 53-14 at the half. What more can you say? Cam Seeley is just playing the game of his life, and
things get stretched out a little bit on both ends. It looks so good for Sandy Creek, and Crofton is not playing what we're used to seeing them play, in part because the defense is good by Sandy Creek, but then also just some miscues, as you mentioned. There didn't quite get a couple pass plays deep downfield, turn it over on downs, just things of that nature that once one happens and then they go the other direction with a touchdown for Sandy Creek on the very next, after you turn it over, it just exacerbates and can get out of hand real quickly.
That scoring recap brought to you by Webben Electric. Agriculture, commercial, residential. Webben Electric. We're in the halftime show from Christensen Well and Irrigation, built on over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry, and your local Reinke Irrigation Systems dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and go through the stats of this ball game. A little more in-depth team and individual stats when we return. You're listening to the current 94-3 Crofton Trails at halftime to Sandy Creek, 53-14 in the Nebraska State Championship.
Fresh new trades to the Moody Motor Lot include a 2023 Jeep Gladiator and a 2024 Tahoe Premier with only 27,000 miles. A very nice one-owner 2022 F-150 Platinum in pearl white and a one-owner 2024 Ford Edge SEL all-wheel drive with only 20,000 miles. We have a lot of very nice and some unique vehicles that you would love. Low interest with our lowest price is what you'll find at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
From early hunts to holiday gatherings, comfort stays at home. With Bosch heating systems from Art Cuddle Appliance in Bow Valley, you'll enjoy steady warmth and energy efficiency throughout every cold snap. Designed for reliability and built to last, Bosch keeps your home inviting all season long. Stay ahead of the winter and discover Bosch comfort today at artcuddleappliance.com. Art Cuddle Appliance, your local independent Bosch dealer in Bow Valley.
People are my people, dreaming big, keeping life simple, saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit Union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
When you need power you can count on, call Webben Electric. From agriculture to commercial and residential work, they handle it all, including trenching and electrical service for irrigation systems. Whether you're upgrading your operation, tackling a new project, or keeping things running safely and efficiently, trust the team with the experience to do it right. Visit Webben Electric on Facebook to learn more. Webben Electric, a proud supporter of our local student athletes in high school championship football.
Want to make a difference and build a future in healthcare? The Avera Nursing Advantage at Mount Marty University offers you 2 years of educational funding plus a full-time nursing job at Avera once you graduate. That's $30,000 in funding, real-world work commitment for 3 years, and a career you'll be proud of. Apply in your sophomore year, study your BSN, and step directly into your nursing role. Start your journey today at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, back here on the halftime show, courtesy of Christensen Well and Irrigation, as we go to our game stats now, brought to you by Arts Garbage Service. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts Garbage Service is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. We're 53-14 at halftime. Sandy Creek over Crofton. Let's look at how we got there.
Absolutely. Sandy Creek. Let's take a look at first up the passing. Cam Seeley comes in 11 for 16. So on 69% completion rate, just a touch below his season average. He's in the 70s. But out of that 11 for 16, 174 yards, 3 touchdowns in that first half. Those 3 touchdowns. First one went to Logan Tomke. He has 3 grabs, 100 yards, and that touchdown, as I mentioned. The other one went to Caden Schmidt, has 4 grabs for 22 yards. And then the third touchdown went to Wes Biltoff, has 2 grabs for 52 yards. Those are the pass plays. Now for the rushing, Seeley also leads the team, 15 attempts, 133 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.9 yards a carry in this first half. Caden Schmidt, 4 rushes for 15 yards, and Wyatt Livgren has 1 rush for 5. Now for the Crofton Warriors, Preston Foxhoven, 6 for 16, 159 yards, 1 touchdown, the 2 interceptions in that first half. The touchdown went to Jackson Lind. He has 3 grabs for 81 yards. Also receiving for Crofton, Jace Panning has 1 catch for 45, Trevor Allen 1 for 18, and Tyson Jackson 1 for 15. Now on the rushing side of things for Crofton, Jackson leading the way, 10 rushes for 41 yards, has 1 touchdown. He's averaging 4.1 a carry, well below his season average throughout the season. Preston Foxhoven has 3 rushes for 9 yards, and Jace Panning has 1 rush for -3, and those are the stats.
Those brought to you today by Arts Garbage Service. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts Garbage Service is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. 53-14 at halftime. Sandy Creek leads over Crofton. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back, and we're going to preview the rest of the championship games to be played today and the rest of the week here in Nebraska, all here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, the home of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. We're set up. We're having a good day here. I always enjoy coming down here to call championship games. We got one more on the docket for today as well, as we're going to be calling the next game of the day, and why not, in their bid for a state championship. That will be coming up this afternoon, a little before 3 o'clock. We'll kick off that game.
Blue Devils rolling into town.
Yeah, we'll call that one too. So for now, we're going to go ahead and take another break. We'll come back in another couple minutes. Crofton high school football in the current 94-3 in the state championship game, trailing 53-14 at halftime. Back after this.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and XtendFlex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit TopCropInc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
I'm Eric Hamus, Ag Loan Officer at the Bank of Hartington and a Northeast Nebraska beef producer. At the Bank of Hartington, we strive to build relationships based on trust and service that lasts generations. We work with our clients to develop financial plans to help them meet their goals. We know that for our farmers, it is more than a job, it is a way of life. How do we know? Because we are farmers and we are living it too. Call our experienced ag lenders at 402-254-3994.
Bank of Hartington, a proud supporter of all our students and athletes.
Championship football is here, and Art's Garbage Service is proud to stand behind the teams and families who make our community strong. Just like the athletes on the field, our crew shows up with reliability, dedication, and hard work every single week. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Arts Garbage Service, proud to support all student athletes chasing their goals on the field.
Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Crofton in South Yankton, your ag lending partner in Northeast Nebraska and Southeast South Dakota. We specialize in ag operating lines of credit, livestock and machinery loans, along with farm real estate loans. Check out our special seed financing program for 2026. Contact Larry Cooper or Kevin DeYoung about the financing needs of your farm and ranch. Farmers and Merchants State Bank, proud supporter of Crofton Warrior football. Member FDIC.
Through every season, rain or shine, planting to harvest, you need equipment that performs. That's why growers across the region count on Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. They deliver Zematic pivots built to last, plus local service and expertise that never takes a time out. On the farm, just like on the field, reliability wins the game. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
So 53-14, your halftime score, brought to you by Christensen Well and Irrigation. Let's go through our out-of-town scoreboard now, brought to you by the Bank of Hartington. Where their banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots. It is 11:50 a.m. on a Monday morning. There are no other games in progress. So let's go through the other games going to be happening here today in the state of Nebraska. Championship games going on. We already have one in the books. It was played on Friday, the six-man game. D6, it was the Garden County Eagles who won the state championship over Southwest, 41-22 over at Cope Stadium of University of Nebraska Kearney. That was Friday. Also, our game once again, Crofton trailing 53-14 at the half to Sandy Creek. D2 is coming up later today. We will have coverage of that game as well, as number 6 Wynot takes on number 4 St. Mary's. Kickoff scheduled for 2:45. There's 4 other classes to go through as well.
Yeah, Class C2, you're going to find number 2 Bishop Newman against number 4 Grand Island Central Catholic. A game taking place tomorrow at 2:45. And also in Class C1 tomorrow, we're going to find number 1 Wahoo and number 3 Sydney. That's the 10:15, the early game. So you got Wahoo, and then you got Bishop Newman from Wahoo.
Yeah.
There's a good chance they're going to have a parade in that town in the next few days. Class B is also coming up. That is on... That's today. That is the late game, the nightcap. I had to make sure the calendar was right. Number 1 Waverly against number 2 Gretna East. And then Class A is tomorrow. That is the late game as well. Number 3 Papillion La Vista South and number 4 Millard South. Those are the state title games in Nebraska.
From the Bank of Hartington, where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots. Crofton approaches. Here is the kick, and we are underway in the second half. Brought in at the 8-yard line. Livgren's going to take it out to about the 15.
And we'll see if that is any sign of what's going to happen here in this second half, as Livgren just runs forward 5 steps and slides and gets down, kind of takes the play off, if you will.
Yeah. Well, at this point, 53-14. Don't want to avoid big hits and injuries. So 1st and 10 for Sandy Creek. As here comes Cam Seeley, who had a masterful first half, 133 yards on the ground and 4 rushing touchdowns, 174 yards through the air and 3 passing touchdowns. He's going to hand it off on the first play of the second half, and that'll be Caden Schmidt, who runs it for no gain. Taken down right at the 15, and he kind of, I don't know if he slipped or if he kind of did the exact same thing where he just went down and avoided contact. No gain on the play. There's our crowd mic. Forgot to turn that on. As we start the second half. Seeley in the pistol. He'll take that snap. He'll hand it off to his running back once again, who is in space. Good run, and he's still on his feet. Getting away from the Crofton Warriors, down to the 35-yard line, 5 yards away from midfield. He should have been down on first contact. That was 8 yards downfield. He was spun down by Grant Jordan, but he landed on top of Grant Jordan with his hip, stayed on his feet after that, was able to stay up, and just kept moving. Yeah, he fell on his hip, then got back on his feet, never touched the ground. Was able to stiff-arm Foxhoven and get an extra 10 yards before Foxhoven finally brought him down at the 35. A great run there.
One of those very rare plays. We're watching the replay of it here. Just one of the running backs that does not give up.
Option play to the outside, fumble. Ball goes out of bounds. They were trying to run the option play to Alston Clark, a senior tight end. Try to get him some touches in his final football game of his college career. Just mishandled the pitch and fumbled it, but it went out of bounds. So still results in a loss of 3, 2nd and 13 incoming, but they keep the possession. (53-14). Sandy Creek leads Crofton. We are in the second half. Just underway in the third quarter. Seeley takes the snap at his chest, drops back out of the shotgun. 3-step drop. Now he's going to take off. So much green grass ahead of him. And he actually cut it short. Instead of going to his left, where there was a decent amount of green grass, he goes right and actually runs into a Warrior and has to cut it short and go out of bounds for a gain of about 8. 3rd and 5 incoming. If he'd have cut left there, he could have got maybe 20 yards.
Absolutely. Just running out, playing safe maybe, but we should mention that because it is now the second half and the score is over 35 points difference, the mercy rule kicks in. So even with Seeley running out of bounds there, the clock still continues to roll. It just, there's very few exceptions, and you're great at telling people
timeouts, touchdowns, and official stoppages of play. That is about it.
He always remembers that perfectly.
There's only 3 things, man. Throw to the right side, through the hands of Wyatt Hemberger on a quick 7-yard out. That is incomplete. It was a high throw, but it was still at the hands of Hemberger. Goes through and out for Hemberger. Incomplete, and that'll be 4th and 5. We might see the first punt of the game by Sandy Creek. They did not have a single punt in the first half. They scored on every single offensive possession. Ended up with 7 touchdowns and 7 drives. 4th and 5, they're lining up. Looks like they're going to go for it. It might be the pooch punt that Crofton does. Nope, they hand off. No, they don't. Quarterback keeps it. He's going to take it across that yard line. 4th and 5, got 6. Move the chains.
You and I both were fooled on that. I thought he handed it off to Schmidt. Nope, quarterback. It was just an option play. Kept it, tucked off the right side, and turned it north-south. And got positive yards for that first down. Just a solid play. Moves the chains. Obviously, it's moving the clock as well, but just extends the drive.
The drive has just hit the 5-minute mark. We have been going for 5 minutes here in the third quarter. 7 minutes to go in the third. Seeley, sweep to the outside to a wide receiver who's got good blocking. Cuts up field, down near the 21-yard line. Another first down run. I believe that was Schmidt. It was. 6:35 to go in this third quarter. Sandy Creek leading Crofton 53-14. Seeley, empty set, 2 receivers to his right. Dropping back to throw. He's got a man open, fires, finds him. Downfield 5 yards, and taking it another 8 at the end. A big hit. Alex Watts took a shot from a Crofton Warrior. He's right back up.
Yeah, it was almost a high-low hit, but great contact made there for Crofton. And that was
Grant Jordan.
Yep, absolutely.
Second and 1 from the 12-yard line of the Crofton Warriors. Seeley out of the pistol now. Behind him is Clark. Man in motion. He'll hand off Clark. Nope, running the option. He's keeping it himself. Now pitches it to the outside. Crofton read that one very, very well. Schmidt taken down for a heavy loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 after 2nd and 1. Loss of 6. Preston Foxoven, I believe, on the stop. But that's one of those plays where it's kind of a triple option. You got 3 different things you can do with the ball, and Crofton covered absolutely every single one of them. Very good defensive play to force 3rd and long now. 3 receivers to the right. It's Seeley. Dropping back to throw once again. Rolling to his right. Fires on the run towards the end zone. Complete, but out of bounds. Led his intended receiver, Wet Biltoff, just a little too far to the right. Couldn't bring it down inbounds.
Outstanding progression by the young quarterback. Looked at one, looked at another one, went to his 3rd receiver, was Biltoff.
You know, taking a look at it, he drug that right foot. I wonder if he had it in time. They're going to try a field goal here on 4th down. They're at the 18-yard line of Crofton, but this is an 80-yard field, so the field goal is actually back at the usual marker. It is a long kick, and it is no good.
That was from 35 yards, I believe.
Yeah, they tried it at the 18-yard line on the field, but it's actually the 28-yard line because you move forward the field goals. Never mind. 18-yard line they try it from, and 35, as you said, they don't get it. So Crofton will take over. I forget they moved forward the goalpost. There's actually 4 goalposts on the field here, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, a little unique. Everything. There's just a lot going on this field. It's kind of like a soccer field maybe, or there's yellow lines and just different stuff. But yeah, he had enough leg in that one. We saw him kick these extra points was good, but wide right on that kick.
Crofton takes over on the offensive side of things, and Tyson Jackson going to have a big run on the first carry of the second half for the Crofton Warriors, and he is going to go into the end zone. Tyson Jackson, an incredible touchdown run. 62 yards and his 52nd of the year. That is the most rushing touchdowns across Nebraska, all classes. His first carry of the second half, a big one. He had 41 yards on 10 carries in the first half. That'll help his averages. He's now over 100 in the game and 2 scores.
Yeah, good for that young man. He's getting frustrated being bottled up like that. Breaking a big one there.
2-point conversion attempt. Jackson, weird formation, nearly threw a pick. Jackson was alone, just the center in front of him. Nobody else on the offensive line. Had all 6 of the rest of the players split out to either the left or the right. Was trying to throw over to Preston Foxoven, and it was Wes Biltoff who nearly picked it off and took it the other way. So either way, it's 53-20. Sandy Creek leads over Crofton. We're going to go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. Back after this, you're listening to the Current 94.3.
Cold nights and shorter days means it's time to prep your home for the season. With Bosch Heating System from Art Cuddle Appliance in Bow Valley, you'll stay comfortable no matter how chilly it gets. Bosch delivers efficiency, dependable warmth for everything from frosty mornings to family holiday gatherings. Don't let the cold catch you off guard. Get ready now with Bosch comfort that lasts. Visit ArtCuddleAppliance.com to learn more. Art Cuddle Appliance, your local independent Bosch dealer in Bow Valley.
So after the 1 play touchdown drive for the Crofton Warriors of about 62 yards for Tyson Jackson, we are now at 53-20 with 3:08 remaining in the third quarter. Now, good news for the Crofton Warriors is they score in one play, and they also get rid of the mercy rule. They're down to 33 points, so the running clock will come off, meaning they have a little more time. The bad news is the opening drive for Sandy Creek, they were just chewing clock. There was about 3:30 on the clock remaining when Crofton had their first snap of the second half. It was a beautiful opening drive, about 8.5 minutes. Even though they didn't score on it, they were, short on the field goal. The time off the clock is what mattered there.
Yep, playing keep away essentially. Very effective drive.
Onside kick again, Crofton. They got to do it. Sandy Creek recovers. So Sandy Creek going to take control at their own 31-yard line is where they're going to mark them. 3:07 on the clock in the third. Sandy Creek, if they're able to have another long, drawn-out drive like we just saw, they could just about put a bow on this one, up 53-20. If they go on another 8.5-minute drive, make things real difficult.
You're talking about time of possession there. Yeah. It's 22 minutes to roughly 10 minutes in favor of Sandy Creek.
Seeley takes the first snap, dropping back to throw. Rushes on. Now he escapes the pocket. He's downfield with a blocker in front. He's got first down yardage. Gain of maybe 17 here in Crofton territory, down to the 32-yard line of the Warriors. .352 yards of offense for Sandy Creek before that run. Just incredible. They're going to run a reverse again. It's Seeley out on the edge throwing blocks, and another good run built off. Takes it for first down yardage. Gain of 12 on 1st and 10, down to the Crofton 20.
A good blocking up front there, getting a man out in front of the running back, putting his head down, and then just finishing things, getting into the secondary. Crofton had defenders out there for those blockers, but Sandy Creek just had a great momentum swing going north-south there to push that into the first down.
2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. 53-20 your score. Sandy Creek on top. Seeley, empty set, takes the snap, drops back to throw. Quick out right side, caught. That's Livgren. Gain of about 6 on the play. Move down to the 14-yard line of the Warriors, 2nd and 4 incoming. 1:58 on the clock here in the third quarter. The clock now stops. Once again, that last touchdown by Crofton made the point spread only 33. So you get rid of the mercy rule. Good news for the Warriors. But they got to stand here. Otherwise, that'll come back on. Seeley. 2nd and 4 from the Crofton 14. Takes the snap, fakes the sweep. He's running to his left. He's in open territory, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Sandy Creek Cougars. 59-20 is your score. Sandy Creek is running away with this one. 1 minute and 53 seconds left in the third. Lining up for the point after is Ben Berger, the senior kicker. Hasn't missed an extra point yet today. 0 of 1 on field goals. Extra point on the way, and it is no good. Announcer's jinx. My bad. My bad to the family of Berger, that senior kicker. But he's had a good day before that. 59-20 your score. Sandy Creek leads over Crofton. 1 minute and 53 seconds left to go in the third. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. We're going to take a 30-second break. Come back after a word from our sponsors.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise. journey today.
So a minute 53 to go in the third quarter. Sandy Creek, another good touchdown drive, working right down the field. And it is another touchdown run for Cam Seeley. I believe that is his 5th of the game and his 8th touchdown overall, Scott. They'll kick this one through the back of the end zone. Crofton starts at the 15.
You follow college, and I know you announced some college.
Oh, yeah.
Who's looking at this kid? There's got to be somebody out there, even though he's a sophomore. You know, that it's like, I don't know how big we talk about, okay, is this kid an NAIA or is he a D2?
Well, you know, a lot of that kind of depends on the exposure he's able to get for himself in terms of making sure coaches find him. You know, he's in a D1 here in Nebraska. So if he's able to get himself to some camps and get himself in front of the eyes of some coaches and playing on big stages like this definitely help. He's definitely making sure his name is known. 1 yard run here for Preston Foxhoven to start off the drive for the Crofton Warriors. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the name of the game, just kind of getting your name in the mouths of coaches, just trying to find ways to make them know who you are.
You know, I can't help but think of like Adrian Martinez and those quarterbacks are in here. Obviously, this kid wears number 3 as well. And it's one of those, they're just a mobile running quarterback. If you can find the right fit for you, and he's got a couple years to mature and get bigger, this kid has what it takes.
Foxhoven throwing deep for the Crofton Warriors. Good coverage and an incomplete pass. That was Wes Biltoff in single coverage downfield working on Jace Panning. Just good coverage. Ball just a little inside. Biltoff cuts off that inside leverage, and incomplete pass on the deep ball. 56 seconds left and counting despite the incompletion, as once again that last touchdown for Sandy Creek made the point spread 39, and the 35-point running clock rule is in effect. 3rd and 9. Foxhoven pressure's on. He'll throw, and it's incomplete. Knocked down by Jackson Gerdes, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, great play. Just stuck his right hand out. Big mitt knocks it down. Would have been a catch there by Lind, as this linebacker made a very good play on defense.
Frustration, certainly is set in.
We can see
the
that
Crofton Warriors as this third quarter is going to run out.
You know, you can definitely see that on the field. You can see it in the replays. You know, the kids are not used to this. This is not their norm. Used to be in a little more control, and then definitely the score is just out of balance right now. So
yeah, this is not a situation Crofton has been in this season. They have not been in a game like this. They've been on the other end of games like this, but their 2 losses on the season, one of them came in 4 overtimes. You know, you're in that one the whole game, and the other one at home to Bloomfield, a 30-18 loss, where you're still in it throughout the game. They haven't had a situation like this in a couple of years, really.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing. So we're at the end of 3, 59-20. Sandy Creek leads over Crofton. We'll take that 60-second timeout. Crofton facing a 4th and 9 when we return.
When you need power you can count on, call Webb & Electric. From agriculture to commercial and residential work, they handle it all, including trenching and electrical service for irrigation systems. Whether you're upgrading your operation, tackling a new project, or keeping things running safely and efficiently, trust the team with the experience to do it right. Visit Webb & Electric on Facebook to learn more. Webb & Electric, a proud supporter of our local student athletes in high school championship football.
My name is Kaylee Miller. My official title is Benedictine Missionary, and I work with campus ministry at Mount Marty University. We have so many loving and caring staff and faculty who are willing to help the students thrive and grow in their spiritual, physical, and mental lifestyles to where they become an independent adult who's ready for the outside world, who's ready to take on the challenges of life.
Start your journey at Mount Marty University at mountmarty.edu.
Let's go ahead and start the 4th quarter. 59-20 is the score as we reach the final quarter of play. That 35-point run rule is on. The clock starts with a 4th and 9 for the Crofton Warriors to start off the final quarter. And they are lining up in a punt formation. Foxhoven ready to receive the punt. He's going to put this one away. Boots it downfield. Another good punt and a good bounce. It's going to take it inside the 10-yard line, out of bounds near the 6. That was about as perfectly placed as you can get on the punt. They'll mark it at the 7, but inside the 10-yard line, Sandy Creek going to start this drive as the clock runs, despite the change of possession and the out-of-bounds ball there.
Definitely got that punt down where it comes off his foot, and it's got the forward roll already on it. When it hits the ground, he's getting about a third of that entire kick just on the extra bounce or the extra roll.
Sandy Creek marching out. They are 11 minutes away from claiming their second consecutive state championship game if they can keep this score to hold. They're going to hand off to a running back rolling to his right, and he's got open space. First down run of about 15. That was Clark, the senior. And that's a good thing to do in end of this game. Give some of your seniors some touches.
And so I haven't seen Clark get any here. If he has, I just missed it. But
he's had a couple of plays, but not very many. I believe that was his 3rd rush of the game. That was definitely his longest, though. First and 10. Seeley gonna hand off again. Crofton all over the option play, going to the right. Caden Schmidt stopped for a loss. I think that was Porter Bartles. It was Porter Bartles with the tackle for loss. I believe that is the 3rd tackle for loss for Crofton, maybe 4th.
Porter's another one of those, 6'1", 210, a junior, got another year in front of him. We'll definitely be seeing more of him next year.
9.5 to go. Sandy Creek handoff going up the middle. Nearly back to the original line of scrimmage, but not quite. Gain of 2, looks like, on 2nd and 14. It will bring up 3rd and 12.
You know, we announce these games back home at week in and week out, and if you hear the hits going on and things on the field, that's actual hits that are coming into our microphone. We're that close. Here we're quite a bit distant. I'm loving this in my ear. I can hear the hits going on the field. You know, we have audio tied in down to the field. I love this.
Oh, it's great. We're sitting there at the top of the stadium watching this. We both have binoculars sitting next to us to see, and it's great. I love having it. Open receiver downfield, found by Seeley, and he is gone. Touchdown, catch and run of 57 yards on 3rd and 12. Wes Biltoff. Biltoff now over 100 yards receiving as well. Should be his 2nd touchdown catch of the game. Sandy Creek leading 65 to 20. Extra point try, kick on the way, and it is good from Ben Berger, the kicker. So that'll bring it 66 to 20. Sandy Creek leading by 46 points over the Crofton Warriors. 8 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. It's Crofton High School football in the state championship game on the current 94.3.
Did you know that using your debit card to pay in stores, online, even within apps, has never been easier or more secure? Now there's a better way to pay with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Whether at the coffee shop, grocery store, or online, instead of making purchases using your plastic card, now you can pay with your smartphone, tablet, or smartwatch. Just touch, tap, pay the easy way with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Ask about it today. Member FDIC.
(66-20) the score of the ball game with 8 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Sandy Creek in full control of this one, leading by 46 over the Crofton Warriors. They're ready to kick off again. Berger will put it end over end kick, and it is going to go into the end zone. Touchback. Crofton starts the 15. So that last play, once again, a 57-yard touchdown pass. Cam Seeley, and it was about a 20-yard pass over the middle of the field. It was built off following a blocker downfield, juking out a man and getting all the way down the field. Credit him with a 57-yard catch and run, and now he's got 119 yards on the game and 2 touchdowns on 3 catches.
That's pretty good average.
It's a pretty good average. Averaging nearly 40 yards a catch. So Crofton comes out in the eye. They're going to hand off Tyson Jackson, and he is going to break one again. Tyson Jackson on back-to-back carries. Going to have long touchdown runs. Had one the last time out here for Crofton, and now breaks another one. I believe that is back-to-back long runs for Tyson Jackson. That one from the own 15 for the Crofton Warriors. He just wanted to have another couple. That'll be his 3rd of the game and his 53rd of the season, leading the entire state of Nebraska, all classes. 171 yards on the ground after the 65-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion they give to Grant Jordan, who is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Good jump off the defensive line by Sandy Creek. 2-point conversion attempt is unsuccessful. 66-26. Your score will stand. Let's go ahead and take another break. We'll come back in another 30 seconds. Tyson Jackson finishing off his junior season with a couple of great runs here in the state championship game. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner, back in another 30 seconds on the Current 94.3.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer.
Gotta correct myself. We did have a punt at the end of the third quarter. It was Preston Foxhoven's long punt that was out at the 7-yard line, but his second one-play 65-yard touchdown run of the second half, however, on 2 out of 3 drives, we can say, for Tyson Jackson. Couple of great runs there. Both one play just all the way down the field. Tyson Jackson now in the ball game with 171 yards and 3 touchdowns, capping off what was statistically one of the best seasons in all of Nebraska. That is all classes. He came into today second in the state in rushing yards and first in touchdowns.
He's about 10 yards under his season average, which we're on pace to he's probably going to get that. Just unbelievable season for him.
Kickoff was returned out to about the 18-yard line. Sandy Creek going to snap things, run a option play, pitch out to the running back. He'll take it out of bounds about 5 yards downfield. Sandy Creek's got about 2nd and 5 coming up here with 7:20 to go in this ball game. 66-26. The lead is still at 40, and that 35-point run rule is still in effect. Late in this game, Sandy Creek just salting this one out over the Crofton Warriors. They were here last year. They won it. They're here this year. They're leading by 40 in the fourth quarter. Next year?
Yeah.
2nd and 5 incoming. Gonna pitch to the running back again on that option play. Panning, gonna throw him down. It was Logan Tomke on the carry, first down run.
Tomke was just he wasn't straight up and down. It was like he was giving up anyway.
Yeah.
And
had the first down yardage.
Yeah, Panning put 2 hands on him and just helped him get to the turf a little quicker. And
with 6:25 to go, looked like Sandy Creek with he got across the first down marker and then looked like he was about to slide. It looks like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get first down yardage and not a whole lot more. Try and salt out away just as much clock as possible on this drive.
Great sportsmanship, great coaching, good execution by the players.
They're going to run it again. Seeley going off the left side. He's going to go up the middle. Drops down right near the first down marker, maybe 2 yards shy. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, he dropped down right in the center of the big red end in the middle of the field there. But there was 2 linebackers. He split them and then just said, I'm just going to go down here instead of trying to get more yards.
He was about to get hit heavy. It was Anthony Steffen crashing in from one side and then another linebacker crashing in from the other side. That was smart to slide there either way, like even in a 0-0 ball game early in it, because he was about to take a heavy hit. Seeley with 5:15 to go. Takes the snap on 2nd and 2. He'll have the first down and then slides right after he gets the first down yardage. Gain of about 5 on the play. 1st and 10 incoming for the Cougars. And as you said, this is kind of just great sportsmanship from Sandy Creek. The game is in hand. It's just waiting for the final whistle. They're salting it away. It's smart.
The coach is in a great position to teach kids things, whether it's in this scenario. You don't need to run it up. Obviously, the game's right. It's over and we're towards the waning moments. But the coach has a lot more opportunities throughout the year as well.
Seeley in the gun. He's going to line up. He'll run a sweep to the outside. This is Wyatt Hemberger again. Hemberger, short gain on the play this time. Crofton covered the edge well. 2nd down. Looks like they'll give him 2 yards. Maybe only 1 here. 2nd down. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Sandy Creek just crossed midfield. They are at the Crofton 37-yard line. .350 to go here in the 4th. 2nd and 9. We're going to have a sack here. Crofton, Trey Tramp, able to get Seeley on the ground. Trey Tramp got a great jump right off the line of scrimmage. Able to take down Seeley for a loss of about 4, bring up 3rd and 13.
I know the coach talked about him in the interview you did. Just one of those great hustlers, making some plays down on the line, making another solid play there for that tackle in the backfield.
And a junior for the Crofton Warriors. We'll roll through the seniors here in a moment for Crofton as well. Let's go through this 3rd down play here first. Sandy Creek looks like they're going to call a timeout, actually. They wind down the clock to 0s, call the timeout for 3rd and 12. A first down wins the game here, so you got to expect they're going to be trying to convert this. As we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout with them, our final of the game. Back in 60 seconds, 66-26 your score. Crofton trails in the current 94-3.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hardington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hardington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Out of the timeout, it's Seeley up the middle, and he will take it for first down yardage. Going down just across the 25 of the Crofton Warriors, and that first down will seal this ball game. Crofton can choose to use some timeouts and stop the clock if they feel like it.
And that first down, that got a standing ovation for Seeley as he was just substituted out of the game.
That will be it for his day, as he is over 200 yards on the ground and 273 through the air. New quarterback comes in. They'll pitch it out to a running back who is going to find a decent yardage here. First down, I believe, run of about 10. I think that was Cole Miller. And this game is just about over. 2nd and 1, it's actually going to be. Looks like they will need, they snapped it a little quick there, so looks like they will need first down yardage in order to fully salt away this game. I believe that is Alex Watts, the sophomore wide receiver, playing quarterback. Watts going to run it up the middle. He will have the first down, and that will do it. With 1:30 to go, Sandy Creek is going to salt away this ball game late, as we just had a flag come in.
And I'm sitting here kind of like, we had a player run on very late for Crofton, and that made it 9 players on the field during that play.
Waiting for the official word here.
Illegal substitution on the defense.
Legal substitution on the defense.
Half the distance to the goal. It'll be a first down.
So flag will stop the clock, but it'll start again on the ready for play, and there's 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining. Sandy Creek can kneel this ball out twice and walk away with their 2nd state championship in 2 years. Got to give them credit, what they've been able to do. Well, the clock started on the ready for play. Actually, only 1 kneel down is required. Clock is at 1 minute. Another 20 seconds of wait. They'll kneel it down 1 time and finish off the game. Cam Seeley is back out on the field. He deserves to be the one to have that final kneel. Don't want to lose too many yards, though. He's at 203 rushing. He doesn't want to go back down over 200. He gets up under center to do it. There is the kneel, and this game is in the books. Sandy Creek has won their 2nd consecutive state championship in Nebraska, Class D1. Sandy Creek will win. Final score of 66-26 over the Crofton Warriors. Cam Seeley, what can we say about him? With that kneel down counting against his stats for 1 yard, he's going to finish with 202 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns on the ground. Through the air, 272 yards, 17 of 24, 71% completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns. He had 2 receivers go over the 100-yard mark today. This is a historic performance, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, that's the key. He's only a sophomore. Someone asked me, hey, what happened to Crofton down there? Cam Seeley. That's what happened. Cam Seeley. It's always a team effort, don't get me wrong, but it takes just 1 or 2 players to put them over the edge. Crofton, it's been Jackson all year, and he rushed fantastic, finished with 170 and change, I think. but it's Cam Seeley he is the spark plug that makes this Sandy Creek team go.
66-26, your final score. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to come back in a couple of minutes and start off our post-game show, courtesy of Art Cottle Appliance. We'll come back. We'll go over all the stats of this ball game. We'll take a look at the road ahead, what's next up. Thank the seniors for these two teams. All coming up. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. Crofton falls in the state championship game. Sandy Creek claims their second straight. You've been listening to The Current 94.3.
Championship football is here, and Arts Garbage Service is proud to stand behind the teams and families who make our community strong. Just like the athletes on the field, our crew shows up with reliability, dedication, and hard work every single week. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Arts is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Arts Garbage Service, proud to support all student athletes chasing their goals on the field.
Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Crofton in South Yankton, your ag lending partner in Northeast Nebraska and Southeast South Dakota. We specialize in ag operating lines of credit, livestock and machinery loans, along with farm real estate loans. Check out our special seed financing program for 2026. Contact Larry Cooper or Kevin DeYoung about the financing needs of your farm and ranch. Farmers and Merchants State Bank, proud supporter of Crofton Warrior football. Member FDIC.
Through every season, rain or shine, planting to harvest, you need equipment that performs. That's why growers across the region count on Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. They deliver Zematic pivots built to last, plus local service and expertise that never takes a timeout. On the farm, just like on the field, reliability wins the game. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
Winter weather is closing in. Make sure your home is ready with Bosch Heating System from Art Cottle Appliance in Bow Valley. Bosch delivers efficient, whisper-quiet warmth that keeps your family comfortable all season long. Whether you're prepping for holiday guests or thawing out after chores, Bosch brings dependable performance that you can trust. Don't wait for the first snow. Prepare now at artcottleappliance.com. Art Cottle Appliance, your local independent Bosch dealer in Bow Valley.
66-26 is the final score of the ball game. Crofton falls in the 2025 Class D1 Nebraska State Championship game. We start our post game courtesy of Art Cottle Appliance, keeping your home and family cozy through crisp mornings, hunting weekends, and holiday gatherings alike. Visit artcottleappliance.com, a proud supporter of our student athletes. Let's go through our scoring recap here today from Webben Electric. Agriculture, commercial, residential, and agriculture, commercial, and residential, all Webben Electric, as the medal ceremony is now happening down on the field. Crofton will receive those runner-up medals. Sandy Creek getting the championship medal. But let's go through our scoring plays here today, Scott.
Yeah, recap the first quarter. It started out Seeley 1-yard run, followed by Biltoff on a 12-yard pass play from Seeley, and quickly Sandy Creek was out to a 16-0 lead. Crofton, though, got on the board. Jackson on a 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was good from Foxhoven to Lind. 16-8 is where we sat after one quarter. Then in the second quarter of play, that was when Sandy Creek really took off on the scoreboard. Seeley, the 9-yard touchdown rush, along with a pass play to Tomke, and those were at the 8 and 6 minute marks in the second quarter, and quickly out to a 32-8 score as we're about halfway through that second quarter. At the 4-minute mark, Seeley another 4-yard touchdown run, 39-8 after that score, and then Crofton gets back on the scoreboard again. Foxhoven to Lind for a 52-yard pass play, and that was at the 2.5 minute mark of the second quarter. 39-14 was your score then. Two more scores in that second quarter. Seeley on a 26-yard score at the 2-minute mark, and then just in the final seconds of the first half, Seeley to Schmidt for 26-yard pass play. 53-14 is where we sat at the half. Third quarter action starts out when we get Crofton on the board, Jackson on a 52-yard touchdown run. Something we've accustomed to seeing, those over 50-yard rushes throughout the season. 53-20 was your score. And then with a minute 53 left to go in that third quarter, Sealy, another 30-yard touchdown run. 59-20, where we sat as we started the fourth quarter. 2 scores taking place in the fourth quarter, 8:39 to go in the contest. A 57-yard pass to Biltoff from Sealy made it 66-20. And then the final score was another long touchdown run by Jackson at the 8-minute mark. That was 65-yard run, made it 66-26. And those are the scoring plays and the final score.
Then after that, it was about an eight-minute drive. I think 9 plays, 53 yards, 8:08 for Sandy Creek to finish off the ball game. Just salting it away at the end. First downs on first downs, stacking yardage, and sliding as soon as they get the yardage just to make sure they get it done. No injuries right at the end as the medal ceremony is happening here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Medals being given out to each of the Crofton Warriors as we can roll through their seniors here today. There are 5, I believe. Taking a look at 6, I think. 6 of them we got. So Joshua Polinsky, Jace Panning, Jackson Lind, Carter Steffen, Anthony Steffen, and Tyson Sanger. Those are the seniors for the Crofton Warriors. Finishing up their season. Let's go through the seniors for Sandy Creek as well. Both of these teams do have some impactful seniors, but a lot of young players.
Absolutely. You mentioned young players. We've talked about one of them quite a bit today. He's got a couple years to go. But the seniors for Sandy Creek, Alston Clark, Caden Schmidt, Cohen Eitzman, Ben Berger, who is 6'3", 170, and kicker. That's all that he does. I thought he was excellent today. Another senior, Jonas Amos, Jackson Heath, and the final senior is Cedric Olchen. They are the seniors for Sandy Creek.
Special moment down on the field happening just now in the medal ceremony. Medal being given out to number 79 for the Crofton Warriors and Riley Crosley, a young man who lost his father this weekend. An unfortunate age of 57 that happened in. A terrible thing there, and happened on Friday. Funeral happening this week. If you're wanting to send an online message, by the way, to the family, we wanted to pass this along at the WintzRayFuneralHome.com. That's W-I-N-T-Z, RayFuneralHome.com. You can find a link there to send an online message to the Crosley family and that young man there.
Just a prime example of this is just a game. It there's so much more going on. I know that Crosley didn't get to play much in this game, and it really doesn't matter. Especially you go down the road, and this is one of those memories. You know, he lost his dad just a couple days ago, so this is just a game that we all get to enjoy.
We're in the post-game show, courtesy of Art Caudle Appliance. We just went through our scoring recap from Webb and Electric, agriculture, commercial, residential. Webb and Electric. We've still got a few more things to go over. We'll go through our final stats a little more in depth in a couple of minutes. We'll preview the next game coming up and get out our player of the game here in Lincoln. Sandy Creek getting their medals in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and take a break now. One final break here on our post-game show. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Lincoln, Nebraska. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is The Current 94.3.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit ExplorerCU.com to join the journey today.
When you need power you can count on, call Webb and Electric. From agriculture to commercial and residential work, they handle it all, including trenching and electrical service for irrigation systems. Whether you're upgrading your operation, tackling a new project, or keeping things running safely and efficiently, trust the team with the experience to do it right. Visit Webb and Electric on Facebook to learn more. Webb and Electric, a proud supporter of our local student athletes in high school championship football.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hardington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up here in our post-game show from Art Cottle Appliance, keeping your home and family cozy through crisp mornings, hunting weekends, and holiday gatherings alike. Visit artcottleappliance.com, a proud sponsor of our student athletes. Let's go through our final stats here today, brought to you by Art's Garbage Service. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Art's Garbage Service is committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Take a look at it today. We'll start with total yards. Sandy Creek had 541 yards of offense today, 337 for Crofton. In terms of first downs, 27 for Sandy Creek to 9 for Crofton. Third downs was really the ball game. 7 of 9 on third down was Sandy Creek. 2 of 7 was Crofton. 0 of 1 was Crofton on fourth. 1 of 1 was Sandy Creek on fourth today. 63 to 35 was the total plays, and time of possession was 34 minutes and 54 seconds for Sandy Creek, only 13 minutes and 6 seconds for the Crofton Warriors.
Wow.
It was just controlled. Sandy Creek, from start to finish, they dominated this ball game. Let's take a look at the individual stats here, Scott.
Yeah, Cam Seeley, we mentioned him about 100 times. In total, he's going to finish 17 of 24, 272, 4 touchdowns, and as Tehl mentioned, 71% completion in this game. Those passing went to Caden Schmidt, had 6 grabs, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. Wes Biltoff finished with 3 grabs, 119 and 2 touchdowns. Logan Tomke, 3 for 101 touchdown. That was in the first half. Wyatt Livgren also had 3 grabs for 6 yards. Alex Watts had 1 for 9. And Wyatt Hammaker had 1 for 1. Crofton now, as Preston Foxhoven was 6 for 18, 159 yards, 1 touchdown to 2 interceptions. That was very similar to the first half. They just didn't have enough plays to really change the stat line. But those receiving yards are going to come from Jackson Line, 3 for 81 and 1 touchdown. That was the lone touchdown for the day in the passing category. Jace Panning had 1 grab, Trevor Allen had 1 grab, and Tyson Jackson had 1. And respectively, they were 45, 18, and 15 yards. Rushing the ball, Tyson Jackson finished with 12 carries, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, he was 14 yards average, just a little bit above his season averages as well. Foxhoven's going to finish with 4 rushes for 10, and Panning 1 for -3, and those are the stats.
Those brought to you by Art's Garbage Service. From dependable residential pickup to friendly hometown service, Art's Garbage Service is committing to keeping your neighborhood clean and running smoothly. Got a few things left to give out. Let's shout out the Crofton Warriors and some of the records that they set this season. Offensively, just incredible production. They end up with the most points in a season and per game to the Crofton Warriors. I believe, I was talking with their head coach, they were about 24 points away from the most points in a playoff run. They got 26 today, so I do believe they set that. Most points in a single playoff run as well. And then individual records, Tyson Jackson setting school records for both rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, and Preston Foxhoven, that sophomore quarterback, with a school record in passing yardage as well. This was a very good season for the Crofton Warriors. They come up one game short. They fall in the state championship, 66-26. But both of those two guys I just mentioned, in Jackson and Foxhoven, they are back next year. They definitely have some key losses in the seniors that they've got to replace, but returning a lot of their core. Both teams really returning a lot of their core. A couple of key seniors to replace, but both teams are going to be great next year.
Yep, solid on both sides, as you mentioned. And a couple of quarterbacks come back, some running backs come back. Look forward to seeing this here next year.
Let's go to our final stats here today between our player of the game provided by Avera, moving health forward. There's really two guys that you can look at here for Crofton, and Jackson Lynd, who had 81 yards receiving and a touchdown, had that long 52-yard catch today, and Tyson Jackson, who had 2 runs of 60-plus, 3 touchdowns on the ground on 12 carries, 171 yards. Tyson Jackson was also getting defensive TFLs. I think it's got to be him.
Yep, I agree. Solid play, just one of those games where you don't have a lot of stats go in your direction, but yeah, he played fantastic down the stretch, and I don't know how much time he's going to take off. Obviously, basketball's coming up, and then you just turn right around and do it again. So
pretty much
look forward to seeing it from him.
The small town high school sports where the grind just never ends. I love it.
Yep.
All right, that's brought to you by Avera, our player of the game provided by Avera, moving health forward. I think that's about going to do it for our coverage today. Any final thoughts on Crofton's season, Scott?
Yeah, a couple that jump out at me. One, obviously, a great season when you can come down here and play in Lincoln. But head coach Johnny Ostermeyer, first-year coach, yes, he took over a great program, but I think he was in a tough spot also when you take over for Coach Allen, who had been there forever. Just one of those, the expectations are high, and he definitely, met up to those challenges when you come down here and you lead the team to a state title. So outstanding coaching from the first-year coach, but also a huge shout-out to Ann Kramer, the athletic director. She allowed us to come in week and week out and announce games there, and great hospitality back in Crofton. So shout-out to those two.
And Kramer always treats us great down there. We always love covering games at Crofton. That's about going to do it for our coverage today from Lincoln, Nebraska. For game 1 of 2 we're covering, we'll be here for the next game out as well. Wynot versus St. Mary's, going to be at 2:45 p.m. We will go live at 2:15 p.m., so we got a little under an hour and a half between these two games before we talk to you again. But for Crofton, their season has come to a close. Final score, 66-26. Crofton falls in the state championship, 1 game shy of their first state championship. Their third appearance is in the books. They will go home still looking for that first win. We'll see what they can do next year. Alongside Scott Ulrich, thanks Scotty Borman back at the studio, Braden Butler, Dave Lee, everybody for helping us get this broadcast on, and everybody here in Lincoln, Nebraska making this ball game possible. For the final time from Lincoln here for the first game of today, Crofton falls 66-26. I've been Tehl Tanner, and you've been listening to The Current 94.3.
This has been a presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics on KYN TV, courtesy of Riverfront Sports. Be sure to subscribe to KYN TV on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment when we go live for Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics. More